What is going on, everybody? How's your Saturday doing? It's your boy Sean, aka Stay Puff 1983, and for another episode of Chatting with the Comic Community, I have so far with me Big Will. How you doing?
I have arrived. Who else do you need? You're good.
and yeah, it's just another episode. Hopefully, people will join us. I know the Silver Age crew is in Tampa right now. Jeff, Steve, Boatwright, Cookie. They down there digging in the long boxes.
They'll,
Sadly, I couldn't make it, but
they'll probably be back on here. He was on, but he had some trouble with the connection, so yeah, Jeff had to leave, but he'll probably be back.
yeah, that's always a issue when it comes to
Yeah.
being in different shops and stuff. Gonna have that connection issue. But since you wasn't on last week,
Uh-huh.
you mentioned Chadwick Boseman, his passing, untimely passing, the 4-year battle with colon cancer, and it was such a huge blow to not only the MCU but for us as fans of his work,
Yeah.
just outside of Black Panther, you had Thurgood Marshall, you had Get On Up, James Brown, the
Man, that was
42 movie.
great. I haven't got to see 42 yet, but I want to. But that Get On Up was very well done.
What's up, Gabby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed his performance as James Brown. Like, that was one of his better movies. Like, I love 42, but I thought his performance as James Brown was awesome. He really nailed that persona, the voice, the dance skills of James Brown, and the performances was just outstanding.
Yeah. I often thought I wonder if he would be able to pull off maybe Chuck Berry or Little Richard.
He did encounter Little Richard. I loved that scene in the movie where him and Little Richard was together when he performed on stage, and Little Richard like, who's that on the stage? That was pretty awesome. Chuck Berry would be interesting though. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But I think he would be able to pass physically more for Chuck Berry than you would Little Richard.
Yeah, I definitely see the Chuck Berry, and I mean, it was been amazing to see him pull that performance off.
But what amazes me is how strong of a man he must have been to been going through that and doing 7 movies during the same time.
Yes, that is a strong feat for him to do 7 movies while battling all the chemotherapy that he had to go through, all the surgeries, and yet keep it hidden. That was even more shocking. The fact that in this day and age with social media and everybody's business out there, he was able to hide that for 4 years and nobody knew it.
Well, if he had been like cheating on his wife, we probably would have known that, but it being a medical issue, that you can legally get that hidden a lot easier than other stuff.
True. But you know how the media can try and find something out. TMZ be on the prowl all the damn time. But I'm glad that he was able to live his life and say, I'm not going to let this disease beat me. I'm going to continue to go out and do movies and perform and inspire other people, when he's going through this illness. So my hat's off to him. He's in a better place now, and he'll always be our king.
Yeah.
What is up, Rod? Got Gray Man in the chat. What's going on? Cameron D.
So I got a question. How do you feel if, say, you had a copy of the first appearance of Shuri and you bought it for $1 or something, and as soon as word of his death spread around, that book shot up in price because that's just what people do, whether you think it's respectful or not, or whether you think it's morally right or not, that's what people do. would you have sold it, or would it kind of make you feel creepy? Because I didn't buy anything, and I don't have anything that I could sell if I wanted to, but I could have bought something as soon as I found out, but I didn't because it made me feel a little creepy. How do you feel on that?
I I wouldn't have sold it because I'm a Black Panther fan, and I'm trying to add to the Black Panther collection. But at the same time, I'm not interested in people who's trying to sell to get a quick buck because of this whole passing. Like he's gone now. With potentially of Shuri might take in the mantle. People want to throw up all these Black Panther issue number 2 first Shuri, for all these prices, and I'm like, I wouldn't buy him. I wouldn't sell it. I just would.
I think they're right in the fact that that's where it's probably going to go, but I personally don't think it's right to, as soon as you find out,
Yeah,
think about the money.
yeah. I don't think it's right at all. You let that
Yeah.
sit for a while. Because this is a tough time for not only us fans but for the MCU. This is like the first big loss in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in real life. So I would definitely not look forward to like trying to buy something quick or sell something because of this death. That's just me. I agree with you.
Yeah. When Stan died, there was some guy who put up an Amazing Spider-Man #1, the 2011 or whatever series #1, blank sketch cover that had Stan Lee doodle on it for $1 million the day he died. And then he rose the price up because no one was buying it to like 2.5 million. And he dropped it down to 1 million. That's where it's sitting right now. It still hasn't sold because he's an idiot to think someone's going to pay that for that particular book. But I remember the day Stan died, he put it up for sale, and that's all it is. It's just a little doodle that Stan did, and he's wanting $1 million for the thing.
Unbelievable. That's crazy. And a doodle and a Stan signature means automatic $1 million. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he wasn't that great. He was great, but not that great.
And then when it don't sell initially, you're gonna raise the price? Like, how stupid can you be? Like if nobody was buying it for that initial price, why are you gonna raise it up to make people just say, "Oh hell no, I'm turning away from that."
Now, if you're trying to sell something for $100 and you can't get it sold, maybe the crowd that you need to sell it to is the $1,000 crowd. That'll maybe drop $1,000 on a book, and so I understand that. But the same crowd that could afford to drop $1 million on it is the exact same crowd that'll drop 2.5 million on it. So I don't get how that helps.
Yeah, it's just sometimes I don't know what these speculators and these sellers think. They think they're gonna make money, but in actuality, you're not gonna make money. You got to be smart when it comes to pricing and stuff. And $1 million. I mean, come on. I don't. None of us have that type of money to buy that book. It's a modern book too, just with a doodle on it and a sign.
If I had $1 million, I'd be buying like a 8.5 Action 1, not that.
Yeah, exactly. I get $1 million, and the first thing I'm thinking of all the Silver Age books that I can buy.
Yeah, how many copies of AF-15 you want? How you 4 or 5?
Exactly. I'm not thinking about that.
You'll get a better return in 5 years buying 5 copies graded of AF-15 than you would buying that thing in 20 years.
Exactly. I'm thinking of Hulk 181 or what I can get. I'm not thinking of that book. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I know. It's that's why I have it saved on my watched items, because it makes me laugh whenever I see it. And you know what the funny thing about it is apparently a lot of people think the same as me because there are 302 watchers on it.
They
And
just
I
want to
bet
see who's the stupid idiot to buy it.
and 300 of the 302 are just wanting to see what idiot actually buys it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. What's up, Simply Incredible? I forgot
And
to
then,
send you a link. If you want to jump in, I'll send you the link.
Yeah. And then I also found something else that's insane to me on eBay is someone selling a Wolverine #1 Raw, which of the Frank Miller series, which great book, right?
Mhm.
But would you pay $900 for it?
Nope.
I don't know anyone who would. It's going for 400, graded at a 9.8. But look at how the person's justifying at that asking price. Look at the title.
Mint. White pages.
9.9.
9.9.
It's not even graded.
Unbelievable.
So I'm watching
Not-
it for the same reason to see what idiot pays $900 for the I bet you it's nowhere near a 9.9 copy of Wolverine 1. Some people are crazy to me on eBay, man.
What's the 6 pictures that he got? He got 6 slides, right? Is it
Yeah.
just of the book?
Well, here, I'll show you. There's one. Let me see if I can get it to focus. One. It's just a regular pictures of the condition. And see, that's wavy right there. You can tell that's
Exactly.
wavy. Ain't no way that's a 9.9.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah. I mean that's really a 9.9, isn't it? And there's the one picture for the back. Love it when they only give you one picture for the back, and that's that's the final picture.
Unbelievable.
But it's a 9.9.
What is this name you got now?
Hey, if y'all
You hear
can
me
hear
out?
me, I can't hear y'all. So something going on with my sound. So let me see
Yeah.
what's going on with my sound.
I can hear you, Al. Can you hear me?
Hey, Sean, if you can hear me, nod your head. I can't hear y'all. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Do you?
I know why. Hold on a second.
Oh no, that's a great picture for your icon right there. Isn't that the dude from that Bruce Lee movie? That the first guy he fights in like the karate tournament, or is that Black Dynamite? Who is that?
Dolomite. Dolomite.
That's Dolomite, man.
Dolomite.
Can you hear me now, Al? You froze.
Well, crap.
Damn, I remember the last time you froze. we were making fun of you.
Well, he don't look asleep this time. Watch him drop out, come back in. First words he says, "I am not asleep."
That was hilarious, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know,
I
man.
hear you.
I can hear y'all and see y'all, man. You know, my internet wasn't acting up until I jumped on to the stream. I've been streaming everything, been watching The Boys, all kind of crap. But then when I jump on your show, then all of a sudden it want to start acting up, man. I'm very upset. Not really, but how y'all doing?
We all right. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was listening to the show. I've been at home just chilling, and I see, y'all started talking about them people jacking up prices and stuff as soon as people die and stuff. I'm like, man, I need to go ahead and jump on and give my 2 cents on this matter, man, because I think it's a travesty, and I think it's a special place in purgatory for people that do crap like that, man. I don't like it, man. When an individual dies, I remember the day after Chadwick Boseman died, I went on eBay because I mean, at this point, as a comic collector, you're prone to do that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went on eBay and I was looking for Chadwick Boseman variants. $200-$300 for a book that you had yesterday for $10-$15. It's a shame, man. It's a doggone shame, and it makes no sense. Hello, Daryl.
Hey,
it makes no sense for people to do that. Now, I'm all for people making money, but at the expense of somebody's death, I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. And I mean, for a lot of these books that they're putting out there, the value is not gonna hold because the simple fact that it's just a comic book. It has no extensive value aside from the fact that it was a Chadwick Boseman variant. You know what I'm saying? So why would I spend $200 on a modern day book when I can spend $200 on a silver or golden age book?
It's dishonest to me to put a book up for sale that I know is a dollar bin book for $100 simply because I know it can be sold for that for the first week or so after someone died. To me, that's being dishonest.
Yeah.
If it holds that price for 6 months, a year later, great, go for it. But not as soon as it happens.
Yeah, to me, that's just it's despicable, man. And it's like, I mean, give people time to grieve, give people an opportunity. Because I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, his passing actually affected a lot of people because of the type of person that he was. I mean, in a lot of people's eyes, he didn't fit the mold of what Hollywood is. I know you mentioned, Will, the fact that if he was going through some type of infidelity issue, it would be all over TMZ and the Weekly World News and stuff. But I admire the guy simply off the strength. I mean, I thought he was a great actor because, I mean, aside from putting emphasis on Black Panther, which a lot of people are doing, the man did an excellent job in Get On Up. To me, that's my favorite Chadwick Boseman movie. That guy, and if y'all hadn't seen it, chat, that is he got robbed, man. That movie should have been an Oscar contention movie. The movie, the cast, the supporting cast. I mean, Dan Aykroyd was in the movie. Jill Scott was in the movie. The guy from Hot Tub Time Machine, I can't remember his name. He was in the Office. Man, that was a great movie. But I mean, in terms of comic books, I agree with you, Will. Give it some time. I mean, if the book holds value, yeah. But I mean, right off the gate. But I mean, I'm reminded of one other thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. I was talking to one of my one of the guys for the Comic Con Roundtable discussion, Matt. He's been on the show, and we were talking last night, and we were on eBay, and I pulled up a 181. It was the value stamp page of 181. This guy got graded. It was an NG. It had Stan Lee's signature, and it had Len Wein's signature. And this idiot wanted $1,000 for one page. I'm not lying. It was one page. It was graded. It was an NG.
Was it the stamp page with the stamp, or did it even have the stamp cut out of the stamp page?
It had the stamp page on it, but it was just the stamp page. It had Len Wein's signature on the bottom right-hand corner and had Stan Lee's signature almost right up under the stamp. But I'm saying, like, that's just one page of a book.
Yeah.
I would like to have a Stan Lee, at least one Stan Lee signature in my collection, but I'm not going to buy one page of a book for $1,000. That's crazy.
There's over 12,000 copies of that thing graded on the census.
That's insane.
You can find you a complete copy for the same price. Just lower the grade.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You get a low grade 181 for that. But I'm saying he wanted $999.99 and then had the audacity to charge $12.85 for shipping. So if I'm gonna pay you $999 for one page of Incredible Hulk 181, the value stamp page, damn it better be free shipping.
Yeah.
I'm being serious, man.
Yeah.
You got the gall to tell me, okay, I'm gonna charge you for one page of a comic book. One page, just because it has Stan Lee's signature and Len Wein. Now, Len Wein love to have a signature. I mean, that man helped create the second generation of X-Men, of course. But I'm not paying that for no one page.
That's outrageous.
I
It's
might
ridiculous.
I might pay that for one page, but we're gonna have to talk about Action 1, Detective 27, something like that.
John size and it's maybe $400, $300. I will strongly consider it. I'm still not gonna be like, oh, let me what's my PayPal account? I gotta get this one page. No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, you saw what I held up those two people on eBay for the $1 million and the 900 wolf.
Man, I heard that, Will, and I'm saying to myself, man, this dude has to have a serious opioid problem. Because there ain't no way under the hot ass sun I'm gonna pay that kind of money for a Stan Lee signature. See, now I guarantee you that guy, he has no comic book acumen. He knows nothing about comic books. He just said, "Oh my God, I got a Stan Lee signature. I'm gonna charge $2 million." Man, are you crazy? I mean, I like Stan Lee and his contribution, but it ain't no. That has a Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko. It's got to have everybody that actually had some kind of major contribution to comic books.
We're gonna make Al lose his mind here. Make me big so I can show this. This is all of that same seller. 1 million. But check this out. It's all the same seller. Another modern copy, 1 million. You can get this one for 1 million.
At least he got
And it's a 9.6
on that.
And this one's a 9.6 even. And look at that. 250,000 for just Stan Lee wrote a bunch of times in different colors. And it's Stan Lee signed 10 times of his own signature. And look there, $50,000. You get the same thing, but he didn't draw a Spidey head. I mean, look at $725 for Neil Adams writes words on a cover of Avenging Spider-Man that he had nothing to do with. These ain't even 9.9s. They're 9.8, 9.8, and then that one's a 9.6.
Man, I buy into them books, man. It better cure every ailment I have in my body, including my obesity, because I'd be damned if I spend $1 million on a Stan Lee signature, man. I'm telling you. Like that's insane. Those books are gonna be up there until eBay closes down.
That's crazy. Those are all modern books and sketch covers. They're not even worth anything.
I mean, they could be Silver Age books, man. $1 million for a Stan Lee signature? That's crazy.
Yep. There's your modern reprint, Stanley. Just 100,000.
Come on, man.
This is all the same seller.
He owes the mob. That's what that is. He actually he owes the mob, man. He got to, man, because nobody in their right mind is gonna spend that. Man, I could win the Powerball tomorrow, and I still will not buy that. I know what my value is as far as the kind of like the stuff that I collect. I go out and buy. Now I go buy a 9.8 X-Men #1 for $1 million if it was that much. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I desire to have in my collection. And if I had the money, and if it was $1 million, I would probably be kind of like, yeah, but I really want that book. The 9.8 X-Men one, yeah, I'll pay that for it. But no, not nothing like that. Yeah, that's insane, man.
This is the most insane one to me. Okay, it's Defenders. Hold on. I don't know if it's going to focus or not, but it's just Defenders. Yeah, #1, blank sketch. Right. All it is Stan Lee signature right there. Had nothing to do with the book. It's modern. 9.8. All he did was write his name. $5,000 plus shipping.
Man, come on. You spend $5,000 on a comic book. The least you can do is give me free shipping. Look at this.
Oh, that's an even better signature on a Spider-Man book. Did you pay $5,000 for that?
You're mute. You're mute, Daryl.
You're muted.
There he goes. I paid a bunch for it when I had the meet and greet with him.
But I'm going to take a wild guess. That was well under $500, was it not?
Not if you include the meet and greet.
Oh yeah, but that's not for the book though. That's for the meet and greet.
Right. I mean, yeah, it was a big package deal.
Well,
so.
I know when I got
It was, you know what? It was exactly $500 with the meet and greet. Get a picture with him, get a signature.
yeah,
for less than $1 million.
Barely.
yeah, and
$1 million. Great day.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that like the death of someone made stuff go up for me was when Dale Earnhardt passed away. Yeah, everything that he did, just all of his cards, signatures, everything just shot up. A year later, they all start coming back down.
yeah, and see Wood he may have, but that still don't justify no $50,000, $200,000 or $1 million though.
For him to put that much money into getting this signed, you know, getting
I-
it graded and all that stuff, and then overcharge on all of them. It's like, what
The one where Stanley not at the time of the signing, I bet you he was in his 90s, and asking him to sit there and re-sign and do all that.
That's the ridiculous part. You know, all those same signatures in different colors. I'm like, man, that's a lot of work you asking that man to do, and he already got more people to sign stuff for.
Yeah, it was signed by Stan Lee in 2014, and then signed the extra 10 times on the cover in different colors in 2017. So yeah, he was in his 90s both times, asking him to change colors, get there and sign. And the man was about blind anyway, so that took a lot of work and effort for him. And that's just cruel.
I'm gonna go to each one of those auctions, and I'm gonna put a buy it now or offering price of like $2.33.
I already tried that. I tried for $1, and he rejected my offer.
I keep doing it until he blocked me.
Right, exactly. He'll have to block me, and I had to send him a message. That man, you are a fool.
Exactly.
So that I understand he's asking $50,000 for the one that had Stan sign with all the colors multiple times. So he probably paid a good $2,000 for it, and plus grading fees. But still, on a mod, I just don't get it, man. It's like I said, the only reason I have that one saved is because it makes me laugh when I see it. Buy it now, only $1 million.
I don't even understand why you would want a signature on one book like 12 times.
I don't know. I mean,
that's just ridiculous.
And on a sketch cover.
Yeah.
It's like, why not do, I don't know, a sketch?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That guy's trying to buy a house in the Poconos. That's what that is, man.
No, he's trying to buy real estate on Mars and Venus. That's what he's trying.
But first of all, who want to go to Venus with that toxic heat? At least if you go to Mars, he can recreate Total Recall.
Yeah.
Now, hey, there we go. Seawood is the signature man. I love SIGs, but I have no clue why we want the same one 10 times.
10 times?
Yeah.
It's because you want them to sell it for $50,000. That's why.
Like I said, that I don't know what's going on in that dude's head. I mean, for you to actually get all those signatures, that's a lot of money you paying out. So you thinking that by putting these high prices on eBay, you're going to recoup all the money that you did to spend to get it.
Man, he probably paid a minimum. He probably had to do a few different meet and greets, had to beg and plead for all these different. He probably spent $20,000 just to get the signatures on all these books.
I would say when I met him in Charlotte, I can't remember what year it was on that book, but it was $100 for each signature. So if there's a way he did it for $1,200, I don't know.
Just to recon, I'm actually from Georgia, man. The Poconos, I just pulled that one out of my ass, man.
So let me ask you guys this then. With all the craziness, we talk about this fella wanting $1 million stuff. What do you think about all these modern books going for so much money? Now, some of them I understand might be worth it later, but I think we got a bubble on our hands with the fresh stuff coming off the presses, and it's going to pop once this COVID thing goes down.
I've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah, I think it just this year got extra crazy though, because there was one guy that bought the Miles Morales previews book. Comic Tom had him on his channel. He paid $2,000 for it.
That's crazy.
I don't understand the previews thing. I was like,
I don't either.
That makes no sense to me at all.
But I
go ahead. I'm sorry, Will. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. I was just going to say, I think I saw one on eBay for like $250, so the price is already down.
Well, you know how it is. A lot of times with those preview books, they might actually have like the first appearance of a character before they actually show up in the comic book. Yeah. I think that's what it was with that Miles Morales. Now, that guy, he's probably got an opioid addiction too. And on top of that, I don't see myself personally. I can't. A modern day book for that kind of money is, to me, is insane. When there's so many Silver Age and Golden Age books that you can get that can actually maintain and increase in value over time. With a lot of modern day books, in my personal opinion, there's not a guarantee, because if you look at books, I mean, you know, the gold standard for the most part is Incredible Hulk 181. That book, it's going to continue to increase. It's going to continue to move up. Submariner #1. See, nah. And I think the reason why that's the way it is because, you know, when they found out that, you know, that one book sold for $2,000, you got other people, man, digging in their collections and stuff. And the store owner's like, hey, man, I got like 3 of these, man. If this guy can sell it for $2,000, I'm going to see if I can get 1,500. And see, that's one of the biggest issues with the current market when it comes down to comic books today, is that because of the fact that you see,
but there's a problem with that though. If a book gets hot and you have it, that's great. But for you to really get that money, you have to send it off and get it graded. That takes a month or more. What happens if it goes back down during that time? Well, you're out even more money.
Yep.
Not only that, but you got to get off of it quick.
Exactly.
Because, you know, you're looking at a situation like, for example, you know, Submariner #1, that book's been increasing. I mean, that's one of the books that's on my wish list. That book right there, because of the Timely book, it's going to be your next best thing. And because of that, you know, since the Timely book that he first appeared in, it's out of this world in terms of value now. Those types of books you can see a return on. I can't see a return on Robin King, that death metal. You know, we've talked about this on the show that I'm on. I don't see it. I don't see how you could actually come out the gate. And we talked about this last week, Sean, the Spawn 309. It's a B variant cover. I don't see the logic behind that book coming out of the gate for $25+. I think at some point in time, man, that we're going to see the same thing that we saw in the 90s with the comic book bubble. And it's going to be a situation. It's going to be much worse because there's so much expectation and so much emphasis put on a lot of modern books. There's so many books, and I don't want to make people think that I'm speaking evil of this guy, but, you know, I'm watching, you know, the Comic Tom show, and they're talking about that Young Avengers #1. And, you know, certain words were being thrown around. Could this be the next Giant Size X-Men? Is those particular keywords, those particular things that they throw out there, and it might be inadvertent, but they throw that out there to kind of like, okay, so we're going to try to make this out of a Giant Size X-Men, or, you know, we're going to put it out there in the atmosphere that this could be. And they're trying to make correlations. But Giant Size X-Men, that book has actually stood the test of time. Characters in that book have been hugely successful, both collectively and separately. Some more popular than others, but that particular book has staying power. I
Yeah.
don't see a Young Avengers keeping that kind of staying power because, quite frankly, those characters don't appeal to me. But then again, I'm a 40-some-year-old black guy. But I mean, I still collect comic books. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
oh,
I sort of agree with you. I don't think that when this is a bubble and it will pop, I don't think it's going to pop and hurt the publishers like it did in the 90s. I think this time the hurt is going to be on us, you know, who are stuck with these books we paid. So, well, I'm not. I don't have to worry about it, but I'm not doing that stuff. But the guys that paid, you know, $900 for the Naomi one, which has already dropped down to what, less than $200 in the same grade. It's that I think that's who the bubble is going to hurt. And when you were talking about the Robin King, that the Batman Who Laughs is a new character still. I mean, my rule of thumb is got to be at least 5 years old so you can see if they stood the test of time. The Robin King is the spinoff of a new character that hadn't stood the test of time yet. So we don't even know if Batman Who Laughs is going to make it and last, let alone the Robin King.
I agree. Go ahead, Daryl. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was just going to say, I do think Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, because I think it was Simeon who put this in the comment. I do think they will have long-lasting, and the reason I think so is because I think it's this generation's Peter Parker, and I think the younger kids they don't really connect with 1970s Peter Parker, but they can connect with Miles Morales, and I think in 10, 15 years. They'll be looking back at this character and go, that was the character of my youth. And I think they will kind of stand that test of time. Now, Batman Who Laughs, Robin King, I have not even read any of that stuff. So I can't add to that.
Well, see, for me, I collect, as of lately, I've been getting into a lot of DC. And I bought the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. But when I bought the first appearance of that particular character, it was a cover price book. They weren't doing what they're doing now. And okay, well, this particular book is coming out, so I'm gonna just charge $25, $30 out the gate. The first Batman Who Laughs, as a matter of fact, I bought it because I was into the actual DC Dark Knight's Metal, and then the Titans book came out, which was technically the first appearance because it was before he showed up in the Dark Knight's Metal, if I'm not mistaken. That book was cover price. Matter of fact, I bought 2 copies and I gave one of them to one of the co-hosts on the Comic Book and Roundtable discussion. Cover price. And it remained cover price for a while. But now it's different. You get speculation of a character that might get some traction, and out the gate they're charging to me insane amounts because that book. And then that's the crazy part. The Dark Knight's death metal that was jacked up. Technically, it wasn't even the first appearance of the Robin King. But
It's
go ahead.
It's similar to that Batman '89 and how people were speculating on that with the first little appearance of Punchline.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go through the book and you only just see like a little picture of her, not even her face or something like that. But people were raising the prices of that book. And I was like, please don't buy this book for more than cover price. It is not worth the $20-something that some of them stores were charging, what eBay was putting up, you know. I was like, it's crazy.
She was so much being hyped as the next Harley. And I think I go back to sports on this. It's like a modern player being the next Mantle, the next Maze. And the same thing has happened with comics. It's the next Joker. It's the next Batman. It's the next Spider-Man. It's like, let these characters be who they are. Let's develop. And like Big Will said, let's wait 5 years. Let's see where they are.
You know, it is funny you mentioned that, Daryl, because I have this term that I use, and anybody that watches wrestling will know exactly what I'm talking about. And Sean probably know because he's smiling right now. But I call it the Roman Reigns effect. It's basically, if you watch wrestling over the past 5, 6, 7 years, which I kind of fell off on, you know that Roman Reigns,
I still suffer through it.
Oh well, you're a great man, dude. Because I'm telling you, I can't do it no more, man. I can't. Not on a regular basis. But I mean, Roman Reigns is one of those characters, man. He might be well liked. He might be a cool guy, but for the most part, he wasn't well received by the fans. But the powers that be in the WWE want to keep shoving them down people's throats. We're gonna make you love this man regardless and stuff. And it's not happening. And you see that in the comic book realm now. You know, I personally like the Batman Who Laughs. I think is a very ingenious character, but I'm like, with Will, we don't know. I mean, he's 2-3 years. I think he was debuted in 2018. So he hadn't really been around. They've been doing a lot with him, and he's been actually put into the mix. And thankfully for that character, a lot of people like him. But, you know, like I said, you got a character like Robin King, and, you know, you hadn't seen anything. So you don't really know if this particular character has legs and has the mileage in order to say, well, yeah, this is $25 is a justified purchase because I see value in this book actually increasing over time. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm started my own little business here, selling comics, you know, because it's just real fun to me. And if I can buy it for cover or $1, yeah, I'll buy Teen Titans 12, first Batman Who Laughs, but I can't justify spending over $20-$30 on it because there's too much risk in the time before I can sell it for the bottom to fall out. It may not. It may be just fine. I don't know. I don't know the future. That's why I like to try and wait 5 years, or I bought it when it came out, like The Strange Academy. I've been on this thing because I wanted to read the story since it came out. Turns out it's also real good for spec because the standard cover of issue 1's selling for $240 right now.
Wow.
I've got a graded Campbell cover in the box there that I'll be selling on my auction Monday, and I expect to get well over $100 for it. And I bought this for cover, and it's the 3rd printing. I also have the 2nd printing, and there's going to be a 4th. I'll be getting that at my shop when it comes out. I'm just paying cover, but there's 11 first appearances in this book, and it's a great story with all these children. I mean, it's an excellent story if you haven't read it. It's real good. And it's basically, you know, with that much potential, even if only one of those kids does something in the future, I think it's worth the risk, but I'm paying cover. You know?
Yeah. And I see 90. What's up, 90? I see his remark about the Batman Who Laughed. Fortunately, the comic shop that I bought mine from, they didn't go up on the price. They kept it at cover price even when that book started going up. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on the area that, you know, you're in. But, yeah, nah, you ain't gonna see that, man. It's times have changed.
Yeah, you know, it's not my LCS now, but it was a while back. You remember when the 181 facsimile came out, and it was cover price, but then people started selling them for more than cover because, I mean, 181 is a 181 is a 181, even though it's a facsimile. And, you know, at one point, 9.8s of the facsimile were going for $100. I think it's lowered now to like $50-$60. But even still, it's a facsimile going for $50-$60. That's amazing to me. But my shop had it where they had some on the shelf, and if you bought one of them, it was cover price. But they also had some on the wall of the shop behind the counter, and they were $8.
Yeah,
$8.
So they had ones up here for $8, and then the ones from the shelf you could buy for cover price.
What's that, Dow?
This is the kind of facsimile I'll take. The big old school treasuries, but like the new stuff, I got no interest in on most of those. Golly.
You know, there's people doing that with that New Mutants too. When that facsimile of 98 came out.
Oh yeah. I
I
saw a dude posted that on eBay for like damn near $100. and it's clearly the facsimile, but he tried to make it seem like it's the first print. And I'm like, yo, these fools and people stupid enough to fall for that trap. That's the thing when I'm seeing people buying this, and I'm like, you really think that that's the first print? When you look at it, you can see the Marvel logo on it, the current Marvel logo. You can see it says $3.99, but yet this guy is trying to sell it off as the first print of the original series.
Now, let me tell you my opinion on facsimiles. I love them.
Me too.
Because they're great ways. Like I'll be selling 4 in my auction, because they're really cheap. They're ways to get nice copies of a book that you will probably never afford, or if you could afford it, it's going to take you a while to get it. Or if you do have it, you don't want to display it because it costs you so much money. So there's a good cheap alternative in the facsimile. And if you just want a nice display book, buying a 9.8 facsimile for say $55, $50, that's a pretty good deal considering if you want to get, a 9.8 or even an 8.0 of most of the books that are facsimiled, you'd have to spend over $1,000, So I really like the facsimiles when you say this is a facsimile, when you sell it.
I saw on eBay one time. Do you remember I know it had a Amazing Spider-Man one, an AF-15, but it was the ones that actually said on the bottoms like not for resale or something on it. The fake.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And
I
I
remember
saw people trying to pass those off as originals. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? How do people not see this? It clearly says right on it that it's not the original." Like, oh my gosh. I hope no one ever bought that one now that I'm thinking about it.
I'm sure he probably got a couple. It says a sucker born every minute. So,
It's
oh,
crazy.
my Lord.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite obviously a facsimile.
Yep.
As you can tell by the barcode.
Yep.
Near mint. They don't mention facsimile there.
Mm.
That's the current bid.
Oh, and it's 10 bids on it. Wow.
Yeah, and it's got over a day left, and it's $51. All they have is RP there. That stands for reprint, but no one really. You got to know the business to know that stands for reprint. People are thinking that's an actual copy for it to be at $51 raw plus shipping and have over a day left.
That is crazy.
Man.
Like I said, you either put reprint in its full word or facsimile.
Yes.
But you're gonna put RP, and some people ain't even paying attention to that RP. They just looking at the book, what you got in capital letters, okay? Because the capital letters is the most important letters. They ain't thinking of RP. That's in lowercase, so they're not even looking at that. It's crazy.
There's another. There's another few facsimiles here going for $50 buy it now, $45 buy it now, raw. And there's one here that's going to end in 2 hours. Only has one bid for $20 on the facsimile.
I bought 2 copies of that 181 facsimile because
Me too.
I used to own the original, sold it with my first comic collection, and I hate that to this day. But I bought 2 just in case I can't get my hands on an original. But I will say this: I wish Marvel would actually continue that trend, because with me, I have a lot of the old Silver Age X-Men stuff. And in order for me to actually say, for example, if I wanted to slab any of the stuff that I have now, if they came out with repros, reproductions, I would do that. But the only ones that they've come out with was the one where Phoenix was on. It was Cyclops and Phoenix. I think it might have been a Proteus issue. And that's it. They haven't really done too many of the Uncanny reprints.
That brings up another point, is that if you slab a 181, an actual 181, you're going to have to slab it at one of the higher tiers where it's going to cost you like $100 just to slab it. You can slab the facsimile for 20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I got one of them too. I wasn't able to send it in though because it somehow got dirty. But yeah, I want to get me another facsimile of the 181. Of course, I'm actually going to get a real 181 at some point too. But
You said the 181 it'll cost you $100 if you had the actual 181. To get it slabbed.
unless it is beat to hell guaranteed like a 0.5, yeah, because that the grading tier max value of $1,000. The next tier up is max value of 3,000. That's the one you're going to have to probably use, especially for a book they know is worth money like a 181, and that would cost you about $100.
It's just
I know when I had my copy that I got graded, it cost me $200 because it was $100 to get it pressed, and it was $100 for CGC to grade it, and it came back as a 3.5, which was going for around $2,000 at the time.
oh, that's interesting. So that grade was $2,000, and it cost you $200
To press it
to
and
get
flat
it,
it.
press it, and grade it.
Mhm.
So shoot, it still worked out considering what the grade is and how much that grade costs. If you was
Well,
looking to sell it,
Yeah, but you didn't know how much I spent on it. I
That's
spent
true.
$1,500 on the book, so there wasn't much room at all. But eventually, though, I did sell it. Wish I hadn't, but I'm going to get me a better copy, like between a 3.5 and a 5. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe year or so down the road, I'm going to get me one, as well as a 180 and 182 for the PC, not to sell. Got to get my Wolverine on, man. He's my favorite character. That's the main things I'm missing is those.
I do want the GSX. I do want that. I've got 180 and 182. I do not have 181.
I want GSX too, but I'd rather have the 180, 81, and 82 trilogy before I get to the GSX.
Well, I want the GSX because I like the X-Men better than Wolverine.
Well, you can be wrong. That's okay.
That's the first time. No, I get called that all the time.
So, Will, let me ask you a question about that. So, that particular book, 181, it costs $100 to get graded. Is it because it's 181, or if I sent in like A Man Called Nova #1, would that be because it came out around the same time or close to the same time as
It's the value of the book, each individual book. Like, so here's what I do. This is a tip for all you people that want to grade books. Unless it's a blue chip book that everyone knows, like everyone in the industry, whether they're a DC fan or not, knows what an AF-15 looks like and knows that it's expensive. They know what a GX1 looks like and knows it's expensive, and they know that a 181 looks like and how expensive it is. So when you send in books to get graded, put it at the lowest possible tier for the age of the book.
Yep.
And if they catch it and it's more valuable to go up into a higher tier, they will move it up on you. Most of the time, though, they won't because they don't have the time to check stuff like that. But if you send them something like a 181, like, for example, you could probably go with the lowest tier for A Man Called Nova #1. But a 181, they're going to catch that. So you're going to have to do the actual tier based on value.
Makes sense. Learn something new today. Thanks, Will.
But I mean, well, you could send it in on the lowest tier too. You're just going to be guaranteed to get charged up for the proper tier.
Gotcha.
So you're better off just sending it the higher tier, not to be expected that extra charge.
But the tiers are modern is just for anything after 75 up to a $200 value, and then there's the same value for pre 1975, and then you go up in tier to something worth a max of 400, and then you go up in tier to something max out at $1,000 in value. Then you go to 3,000, and then after that you have to do a walkthrough where it's $150 minimum to get it graded. And that's a percentage based on the value of the book. So you could also pay as high as $5,000 to get it graded. It depends on the value.
Interesting. From our CGC expert here, Big Will, you know.
If you got the money to buy an Action Comics #1, you got the $5,000 to get it graded.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Definitely agree with that.
We talked a little bit out at the shop today because I went to the shop just to hang out with Old Man Spider and Savage Sword of Conan came in, and we was talking about the speculation and, you know, comic shops charging extra for books, you know, and my shop owner has said, you know, he's seen shops, you know, going above and beyond to make sure they try and sell it at a higher price, you know, because they're new books, they're hot and so forth. We even talked about this before, selling free comic book day issues. And it's crazy to think that, you know, shops get these new free comic book day books and instantly want to sell them as opposed to, you know, putting them out for free. You know, and that whole thing with that Spider-Man book, you know, people was talking about that issue was a little hot. You know, it's crazy to think that certain shops would do that. But, you know, it's not surprising because we're in this pandemic, you know, and certain shops are probably hurting for money. You know, they want to make extra money, try and break even and stuff. But $25 for a new book right off the bat is just not feasible for me. I will take myself elsewhere to find that book for cover price.
Yeah,
Totally agree.
I agree. Wait a week. If someone, you know, if a book is hot the Wednesday it comes out, give us to the next Wednesday, and then if you want to raise the price, if it's still hot, okay, fine. But don't do it the same day. That's not fair. That's immoral, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. My thing is this: which is more important, getting that quick lick or getting that continual stream of money coming in? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, there's a local shop here in my hometown. I mean, out the gate, they got the free comic books and stuck a $2.99 sticker on all of them. I really have a problem with that. Like, I understand the plight of comic book stores, you know, especially with the pandemic and stuff. But to put that on there, I mean, I'm going to take it a step further. We talked about on the show last week, the cards that came with the Batman and Three Jokers. There was a free card that you would get. The guy's charging for the cards.
Oh gosh.
He's charging $8.99 for the stack of cards that he got for the free card that goes inside the comic book with the Batman Three Jokers. But he has a sticker on his front door saying support local comic book shops. So when you have that mentality where you want to actually charge for everything that comes in, I know, because I'm an informed consumer, I know what I'm supposed to get. I know what I'm not supposed to get. When you put that in my face, I'm less likely to come back to your store and spend money because you're basically trying to get over. At some point, it just survival and being greedy, two different things. And sometimes you can be greedy trying to survive. Sometimes you can just do what you need to do in order to get by. But when I see that kind of stuff, it's like it turns me off.
Yep.
And I don't want to go back, even though I might want to support that comic book shop, because you don't care enough about me to say, okay, well, I'm gonna at least get one comic book. Nah, every last comic book that he got for free comic book day has a sticker on it. And ever since he started getting them, when they started distributing them, they're still on the shelf. Nobody's buying them.
Man, my shop had it's the shop I used to go to is one of the largest in the state. It's called The Deep in Huntsville, Alabama. and it's they get so many books on Free Comic Book Day. They have an entire like 4 foot wide shelf that's like 5 feet high, filled with all the free comic books, and they usually have a limit on how many you can get. It's usually like one of each title or something like that, and then you can go back 2 months later. They still have them on the shelf, and they're still free. They just wait until it gets gone.
The shop that used to be here, which we don't even have an LCS anymore. We have one shop, but they literally, if you bring books up to the counter, they check eBay to see what it's selling for before they'll sell them to you. So no
Most
one goes to
people
that.
need to be shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like when they go to the screen and check eBay. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Just charge the price that's either on the book or you're supposed to have, or don't fucking go eBay
If
at
you
all.
don't have a price on it, I assume it's $1 book or it's cover price at most.
Mm-hmm.
That's my assumption. I take them up to the counter, and it takes like 20 minutes to look up 10 books because they're trying to help other people while they're looking them up. I'm like, yeah, you just keep that. But the other store, before they went out, they would let you get 3 books on the Free Comic Book Day, but I give them props. You could get 3 more for $5, but that money was going for a domestic abuse center. I support that. But charging, like you say, $2.99, no, that they would never get me to come back in there. As soon as I saw that, I just turn right around and walk right out.
Man, if you don't have enough interest in the business to price your crap in some way, you shouldn't have the business. It burns me up, makes me so angry when someone has to look stuff up on eBay. Now, I have gone to a dealer before at a con to try and sell them a book I have. I'm perfectly fine with them going to eBay and looking up the price because, that was something they didn't prepare for. I'm bringing them something.
Right.
But if I'm buying from you, you need to have some kind of system in place of some kind to price your books so I can know ahead of time. I don't need to get surprised at the register.
Yes.
It's not, hey, guess what we're paying today? It's not, it ain't no game.
My shop, they get collections a certain amount of times. If you remember a couple months back, I posted the shelf that they have of all X-Men Bronze Age books.
Mm-hmm.
When they get these collections, it takes them a while to pull them out because they're going through the books, seeing the conditions, checking, and then making a price tag for them. And my shop has reasonable price tags. Like I said, I got Secret Wars 8 for a pretty good price from them. It was a decent size shaped issue. It was like at least a 7, and I got it for like $50. And that book usually runs about almost $100+. So my shop always prices them well. And even then, because I'm a loyal customer, he'll give me discounts. If a book is $50, he'll take $15 off.
Yep.
He give me discounts because he know I've been there since the beginning. So these shops that do that shit with, you don't have books priced, you go through the bins, you pick out a bunch of books, and these might be some mid-key books. And then you go to the counter and they want to look up eBay. I'm like, come on, bro. You can waste my time. You're supposed to already have the prices on these books.
Yep.
I'm like, and then they want to give me a hassle like, oh, this book is like $80, so I'm going to have to charge you $80. I'm like, bro, how long I've been coming here, man? You shouldn't even be charging me that.
I don't want to spend an hour in a store just to get to the register and let's spend an hour standing in front of this guy as well. I ain't playing that game.
No.
That's insane, man. But
I'm looking at those Ghostbusters figures back there. I don't know if you know that they just come out with some new Ghostbusters figures.
Yeah, the Hasbro ones. What up, Steve?
What's up,
Hey,
fellas?
what's up?
Quick day for y'all today, huh?
Yeah, Cookie couldn't stay long. His wife was sleeping in the car outside.
What?
Whoa.
So she was sleeping in the car like I was?
Yeah. Then we knocked on the window, and no lie, she said, "I'm not asleep."
Hey, it's going on a shirt, man. I'm gonna have to put on a shirt.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put that on the shirt. Al, when you put that on the shirt, I for sure gotta get one of them.
Oh,
Hey, man,
my grandma used to always say, "I'm not asleep. I was resting my eyes."
Yes, that's what my dad would say. I'm not asleep, just resting my eyes.
Hey, I get them made, Steve. I'm gonna AOK you one, man.
You gonna get them made? I'm gonna be like, look at this.
Got it.
So Steve, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. We just hung out with Cookie for a little bit, bought some books, bought some stuff, and they're going to their vacation spot, I guess.
Nice.
Sweet. So you picked up anything good?
I picked up one book. I don't even know what, or a couple, but I did get this amazing, cool Deadpool box to throw some of these books I got laying around in.
Nice.
But did you have to wait for them to look up the price on eBay before you bought the book?
No, these ones had them already. I picked up this pretty cool cover of America Chavez, and I got this Spider-Gwen with Miles in it. That's the only two books. I bought a book for an AOK for Cookie, and I gave it to him right there.
Awesome.
Where'd y'all go, Steve?
We went to Nerd Out on Martin Luther King. It's a pretty good little shop. He's got a lot of back issues. Don't have a lot of high price books, but he's got a lot of back issues, man. A lot of variants and stuff like that.
Last time I was there with y'all, man, he had the boxes on the stools, so we couldn't sit down to go through the boxes.
Yeah, they're moving those in the store today, Sean. They were moving them while we were there to the new store they're opening.
Oh, nice.
Open a new one in.
I was hoping y'all go to Urban Legends. Cookie will never leave, and the wife would be upset.
Oh, she would have killed him. If he would have had more time, we would have took him.
You know, I was telling Matt about that place, Steve. Matter of fact, he told me to tell you what's up, but we got to get down there, man. Y'all got some bomb ass comic book stores down there, man, for real.
Yeah, man. Any of y'all come, man. We meet up. We make it a whole day. It was a good day because my wife's going on vacation. She went to the beach too, so I got the whole house, everything for like 7 days.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna raise hell in here. I'm gonna be on every show late night. So what were y'all talking about? What y'all been? I saw you, Will, with your books you got back the other day. I watched the video. I couldn't talk, but I was watching your unboxing and something you had going on with some slabs. I can't remember which slabs you had, but they were all
9/8.
Yeah, they were all 9/8. They were all high grades. I know the ones I saw were.
Yeah, well, it was a pre-screen 9/8.
Pre-screened them. Oh,
yeah.
That pre-screening's great, man. And if you can, is it 25 books or something, Will?
Yeah, a minimum of 25 books, and it's standard grading fee. If it's a rejected book, then it's only $5.
$5. Yeah, $5. So, how many got rejected over how many that they graded?
I didn't do too good, but it was my first time. I got 14 graded, and the rest were sent back.
Well, you're still over 50%. So, hey.
Yeah. Well, the great thing is I spent cover price on most of them, and 2 books, I've got over $300 I can get out of it. So.
Yeah, right. They pay a couple books will usually pay for all the other stuff, which is awesome.
Yeah, what's funny is I'm only keeping 1 book out of it, and it's the standard cover of Wolverine #1. I'm trying to get all the A covers in the entire series of the current series slabbed in a 9/8, and I'm just going to collect that after I read them and all. So,
Remo sent me something. He says coming on Tuesday.
Ooh,
I'll be at the door. Because if you don't, and that rain comes, man, not good.
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
What up?
What's been going on with you, Al? What you been up to? You been ready to get them shirts made, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting shirts made, man, and skull caps, and
Oh, I want a skull cap too for sure.
COVID mask, everything is gonna be like sleep across your face.
Not sleep.
I would go to sleep with one of those on. I'll be in the doctor's office with a mask on. I am not asleep.
I'm not asleep.
I'm not asleep.
You know what? You give me an idea, man. Make a quick buck, man. Other than that, man, just working. We're working on some content for the channel. We got a show tonight.
Oh, y'all got a show tonight?
Yeah, we got a show tonight. So
Need to get Stone Cold on the show, man.
you know what?
Man,
Stone Cold, you're very popular amongst everybody, man. They like yes, man. Stone Cold's a good dude, man. So but
that's a cool show. That's a good show y'all got. It's good. I watch it all. I've watched it since y'all came back. It's been pretty good.
Appreciate it, man. I've been bigging up y'all though, man. As far as Florida, man, we trying to figure out how we can get rid of this dang COVID, man.
Yeah, I want this to just. I hate these masks, man. God, man, if you work here and it's so hot, if it's cold, it wouldn't be so bad. You know what I mean? But freaking, it's
Florida,
95 degrees and you got a mask on and feels like 102 or 3, Sean. Just be out in it. You got to work all night, Sean, too.
Well, shoot, I just recently got some help, but as long as we're far apart.
Yeah, as long as there's only a couple y'all don't have.
Now, I have my mask with me, but we don't have it on.
Yeah,
only for when we come at a closer distance.
Yeah, that's what they kind of been doing to us too.
But what was I going to say? I went to the shop today, Steve, because Old Man Spider had hit me up. I don't know if you following him on Instagram.
Yeah,
Old Man Spider. He hit me up saying he was coming to Epic today. So I was like, I wasn't planning on going to the shop, but I went anyway just to hang out with him and his son. And Savage Sword the Conan showed up, and he was the one that I went to the con with earlier this year in January. So I was like, shit, I'm glad we got to hang out to talk and chill. And his son was showing me his variant, this like black and white variant, but it's damaged. Like there's one of the books that came damaged, and my shop, when they get damaged books, before they even want to trash it, they see if you want it, they'll charge cover price and let you have it. He was asking if I know anybody that knows how to press and press the book, because it had this deep crease in the middle of it. And I know you got your guy down there when I came down and who presses books and stuff.
Yeah, Lenny.
Yeah. So I was thinking, let me talk to Steve with it, and then I'll come back and talk to his dad, Old Man Spider, and see
yeah,
if
man,
he can
you
do
just
something.
bring the book, man. We'll have him press and clean. It's $10.
Yeah.
Dude, see what he can do, because my those Cantos were number ones were damaged. Almost all of them came damaged, kind of towards the middle, and he got most of that out, but there's still one little dent. I almost send it back to him and say, man, work on it forever till you get that out. If you can't, forget it. Don't worry about it. Because, man, that book is so much difference between 9.8 and a 9.6.
Yeah, so I'll definitely hook up with him.
Yeah, man, I would get it. I would get it if you think it can be pressed out, man. If it ain't color breaking, you never know. It's worth trying.
Because that's what he was telling me, that he just wanted to get it pressed out, and then maybe he'll think about getting a slab. So I'll talk to you, and then you give me the information. I'll talk to him, and we'll see.
Yeah, because Lenny is close to you, Sean. Lenny lives in Orlando.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll get y'all to. I'll give him your number or whatever, and he'll call you and see if he's in the area. He'll meet up with you, come get it, press and clean, and bring it back to you.
All right, cool.
So that's how he does. Pretty good.
Awesome. But yeah, I was kind of glad I went to the shop, because Savage Sword the Conan surprised me by showing up. And like I said, when Israel sent me the DM saying, hey, I'm going to be at the shop, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm not going to pass up meeting somebody.
No, man, don't pass up meeting people, man, because you never know, man.
And he brought his son with it. It was cool to hang out with him. We chatted in the shop for about an hour, and Savage Sword came up. So I was like, it's always good when members of the community just pop up in the shop, and just makes it even better.
Yeah, like I go to my LCS. There's a good chance I'll see Perry because he goes there all the time.
Yeah.
But
I'll
Perry
definitely get back with you that.
Perry don't play. Perry pops in, grabs 8 books, and out the door he's gone.
Don't
He
even hang
look
out.
around. He don't look around long. He knows what he's getting, what he's reading, and he's gone.
Nice.
So what time's the show tonight, Al? 8 or 9?
8:30.
Okay, right in the
What's
middle.
the channel name so I can sub it up?
It's called the Comic Hall and Roundtable Discussion.
Okay.
Got some big news this evening. So for those who are able to attend and show up, we try to make it as entertaining as possible. We talk about some everything. So should be a good show tonight.
Awesome. So Al, did you ever get to come to Huntsville? Because I completely forgot about Al being the person who was behind Dusty Brick Brown. You were never called that. Staple always called you Al.
Mhm.
So I didn't think that I was friends with you or not on Instagram, so I wasn't able to get in touch with you. But were you there?
I didn't go. I didn't think they had so they had the convention.
Yeah, I went, got stuff signed by Claremont. Man, there
Oh,
was
well,
people
Al's
left
gonna be
to
the
die
time,
at
see?
that convention. Those people.
He disappointed, bro. You saw that look? You like, oh man.
No. He said, hey, Will said, I got stuff signed by Claremont.
I thought they canceled it, man, because of the COVID.
They just moved it.
See, that's why I would have been like, Will, what's going on with that show, man? That way, some people are good at keeping you in the loop, man. You got to keep those information guys at the end of your fingertips.
Well,
Man.
had I thought,
You're absolutely right, Will. I didn't go, man, because my thing, because I live in Georgia, right? And all the major comic book conventions in Georgia, they shut it down. Like, there's like, no, we're not doing anything. The Atlanta Comic Con, the biggest one they have in Georgia, they shut it down. So it's not safe to assume, because you know what they say about people that assume. But I surely thought they shut it down, man, because my main objective when I talked to you about it, I wanted to see Chris Claremont, man. I had.
did you?
Yes, I am, Big Remo. I am distraught.
Well, had I realized that Al is Dusty Brick Brown and Dusty Brick Brown is Al, I would have been asking you, like I did the other guys that I knew were going to be there. Hey, you coming, right? They still having it. So I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, man. I blame COVID first and foremost.
Aaron.
And then,
Yeah, most definitely.
What they did was they had a bigger area, and they just didn't increase the amount of vendors and other people. So they widened all the aisles, had sanitizing stations, and everyone had to wear a mask, except the people, the famous people, like the wrestlers, Power Rangers, Chris Claremont. They didn't have to wear a mask. And, dude, Chris Claremont's line wasn't that long, maybe like 30 people long. But it would take you like 2.5 hours to get through the line because he talked and talked with everybody.
Hey, but if you wore a shirt that said "I'm not sleeping,"
like
you got
20
your
minutes.
autographs free.
No, it wasn't that bad as you think. We still had to pay for the autograph.
You had to pay, yeah.
I met him in Charlotte. There were 5 people in front of me. It took like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I probably would have shut it down, man. It's like, nah, this guy, he's not doing any more autographs. I'm sorry, he's gonna be talking for a while. I would have picked his brain for everything, man.
So were you wanting to get something signed just because you wanted to have a book signed by him, or are you more of the experience of
I
meeting the
wanted
person?
to talk both. I wanted to talk to him. I mean, because that man actually. I ain't trying to sound corny or nothing, but man, that dude helped shape my childhood, man, when it comes down to like
Yeah, man.
X-Men comic books. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I loved his work. You know, I mean, he's the sole reason, in my opinion, why the X-Men are what they are today.
Yep.
You know, so I mean that dude, and then on top of that, I have a book that I got signed by Bob McLeod at the Atlanta Comic Convention in 2018. CGC wouldn't accept it, even though they were like a row over, which made me sick. I wanted to burn that booth down that day. No, I'm serious, man. I didn't like that, man, because you know I have a few slab books, right? But I've purchased them slabs, so I've never been to a convention and went to the convention with the goal of having a book slab. So I took a New Mutants #1 with me to this convention, right? Now the Artist Alley was right like a row behind or a row in front of the CGC booth. So I took pictures with Bob McLeod, the whole nine. I talked to the guy for a good 10, 15 minutes and told him I was a huge fan of his work back then. He signed the book, Buddy of mine snapped the photo. I go to the CGC booth. We're sorry, sir. We can't accept this because we weren't witnessing it. Oh, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
So, do I have to go and get you all to bring y'all back over? And I, you know, because I had a copy of 282 on Uncanny, because I can never pronounce his name. Whilce Portacio. I think that's how you pronounce it. The guy that created Bishop.
Whilce
Yeah.
Portacio.
Him. Yeah, him. That's good. Him.
Say that again, Will.
Whatever you said, that's his name. But he was there too, and I was so disgusted. I didn't even get his signature. I'm like, man, F y'all, man. This is ridiculous. So, yeah, but I got a signed copy of New Mutants. So I figured if I came up there, I would bring that copy because, you know, him and Claremont worked on the New Mutants, you know, at the beginning. So I was just going to get Claremont to sign it, make sure that CGC was there to witness him sign it, and then I was going to get that book slab.
CGC wasn't there. The facilitator pulled out. There was only CBCS.
Yeah,
Well, I got CBCS to do it then, because I've heard that they actually are more lenient when it comes down to signatures than CGC.
Well, no, they're not lenient at all. It's just they actually will authenticate.
They'll verify for
Where
you. They weren't there.
CBC only witnesses.
Yeah.
But were you going to get it pressed?
Well, it had already been pressed, so the book it's in there.
Well then, yeah, you would have been golden. If you had to get it pressed, they're at 8 months right now for pressing.
Yeah, CBCS don't have your books pressed before you send them, man.
Yeah, and it's not because they're bad or anything, or there's no horror stories like there is with CCS. They just have 3 people, and that's it.
Wow.
They're just really behind.
3 people got to go through all those books that they send out. Jeez.
Yeah, for pressing.
Well, no one can be sick. No one can take a vacation. No one better not have any accident, anything wrong with them.
Food
Oh,
poisoning, nothing like
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, St. Peter can't call them home. They owe their soul to the company store.
Yeah, you imagine our company has COVID and they shut all 3 of them dudes down. They'd be done. The whole company fold.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to go, man, because I thought they canceled it. So,
Well, I had to rent a wheelchair because I'm not able to walk around a convention floor yet. So it wasn't the funnest time, but doggone it, I got the book signed and I found some great deals because, man, everybody there hadn't been selling stuff because of the COVID. So all the dealers were happy. They were giving out deals. I spent
Damn, that's what I'm talking about. That's
Yeah.
what I
I spent
want to do.
$1,000 there.
If I miss a signing or something, so be it. But if I can get great deals, oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Dude, Steve, you know the oh crap, it's Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16, first Monica Rambeau
Yeah.
Yeah.
dang,
should come back either a 9.6 or 9.8,
Wow.
paid less than $20 for it.
Wow. Damn. That's
There were some deals, and I also got about 15 or 20 different Silver Age under 100 FFs,
Nice.
less than $10 across the board.
oh wow,
I
That's-
found they were giving away deals.
So, what books did you get signed by Claremont?
That's awesome.
Wolverine 1 of the ongoing, Wolverine 2 of his ongoing, Wolverine 8 of his ongoing, and First Jubilee, X-Men 244.
That Wolverine 8 is the one with the Great Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a great book to get signed right there.
Yeah. Already sold it. Chris was most of the time he just signs with like a black one, but he had a whole set of them there. So man, I got these beautiful gold signatures. They looked amazing. You got to see these books when I finally get them back in 10, 20 years from CBCS. They gonna look so good.
Oh man.
In 8 years, he'll be like, they pressed and cleaned them finally. They still got to be graded.
Yeah. Hey.
I swear I had a chance to meet Claremont a few years back, but the line never moved. And I was there for like fucking 45 minutes. I'm like, I feel like I barely moved.
Well, hey, Southern Comic Geek was about he was there, and he was about 5 people behind me. Took him 4 hours to get through the line.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ. 4 hours. Somebody needs to just duct tape Chris Claremont's mouth and just sign.
I was, I think, like number 30 or a little less in line. So he wasn't even the 40th person in line, but it took me like 2.5 hours, and him just 5 people behind me took him almost 4 hours.
One of my friends took a book up to him. Claremont looks at the book and starts reading the book. At the end of the book, he's like, "This is a good book." And my thought was, "You wrote it. You know what book it is. Of course, it's good. You literally wrote the book." I'm sitting back there. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Daryl, you should have said, "Look who the writer is. You might like this guy."
He's wrote so much stuff, man. He probably forgets what he wrote.
It just cracked me up. I'm like, I believe back was like, is he literally reading the book? Yeah, and he literally read the entire book.
I'm like people waiting behind you, like, damn, this guy's real.
Have you heard his theory on the Wolverine and Sabretooth? How he would have wrote them if he had continued on? Next time,
weren't they? Or father and son, something like that.
Yeah, that he had them going father and son. They're not related in any way now, but had Claremont had his way, I had asked him when I went up, I was like, "Thank you for making Wolverine cool. He's my favorite character." And he goes, "Let me tell you about Wolverine." And he's kind of going in his backstory, and he wanted him to be like the father is Sabretooth, and the mother is like some sort of deity or something, and how Wolverine has the light and the dark, and that's how he's, he can go berserk, but he also has a conscience. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, and thinking in my head, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. I am so glad they did not go with that in the actual story.
Yeah, that was teased a bit in certain issues of Wolverine. I remember.
That's hilarious.
If you could imagine if you said that right in his face.
That would have been hilarious.
He would have charged full price for the signature.
He would cut that conversation short, man. Like,
But hey, he still had great prices on the books. It was $20 if you were getting it graded, and if you weren't, it was $10, which I think that is fair.
Yeah, he was charging $5 at Charlotte 2 years ago. I think it was.
Yeah, same here. When I met him a few years ago and got him to sign stuff, it was $5 for a signature and $10 if you wanted it graded.
Yeah.
And I know Marv Wolfman does the same thing. It's $5. If you're getting it graded, he'll charge you $10. And
I
there's
actually have no problem paying extra if you're getting it graded. You know, one of my friends, he thinks he was like, every signature should be free. I'm like, yeah, no.
yeah.
These
I
people got to pay.
understand why they want to charge. I don't understand the whole point of charging extra if they know you're going to get it graded.
Mhm.
I mean, if you got a witness there, that takes up space. That is another person in their personal area. Okay, I understand that, but if you're going to take it and get it graded, authenticated from CBCS or something, I just say no. It's not getting CGC, which isn't a lie because I was going to CBCS. But what I don't understand is Stan Lee, a couple years or 1 year before he died, I met him and got some signatures, and he charged $125 for the signature. That's a bit expensive, but Stan Lee is worth paying $125 for a signature to me, even though that is a little high. But where in the world does Frank Miller get off charging you $100 for his signature? He ain't no Stan Lee.
Well,
Jack Kirby wouldn't even charge you $100 if he was still living today for his signature.
I'll go even worse than Frank Miller. I'll go with Rob freaking Liefeld charging $100+ for a signature, and I'm like, are you gonna sign on the feet?
Yeah, but Rob is a special case because
He is a special case.
It's super insane. The man got crazy over Major X being in the Spider-Man Deadpool book. And he was so upset with that. That was the funniest shit to me.
Yeah.
You know what, Sean? I wouldn't even ask him was he gonna sign on the feet. I would ask him would he fix the feet on the cover. Like if you charging me $100 for your signature, go ahead and fix these feet while you at it.
Yeah, when he was in San Diego, depending on what book it was, depending on his fee.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
Crazy, man.
I just turned and walked out of the line. Like, I'm not playing that little shell game.
I would disrespect him. I'll be like, look, man, I want you to sign this Young Blood #1. I don't want 98 signed. I just want Young Blood #1 because yeah.
Now, what I don't understand this though is why should it matter which book you're getting signed? Because throwing away the unicorn that is Rob Liefeld, we're going to put him aside. Why is it some people charge more for certain books? Like I know there's a few different people that if it's this book that's really valuable, they upcharge you. Like Fabian Nicieza, he co-created Deadpool.
Yeah.
But his prices are flat, and it's like I think $20 if you're getting it graded, and maybe $10. And that's on everything, and not up pricing on New Mutants 98. So why would you do that? I don't understand. It's the same work for you. Just because you know it's more valuable book, your signature ain't all that. Especially if you're like Rob and refuse to have someone, witness it. I mean, it's like I don't get it, man.
I mean, for him, for Liefeld, it's probably fueled by his ego.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but why charge? Okay, first off, $50 or $75 for his regular signature is insane on its face. But then he charges an extra, $30, $40 if it's a New Mutants 87, and then like $100-something if it's a 98.
Yep.
Ego. And he might be broke.
Well, he still founded Image. I don't think the man's broke, but I would agree with you on the ego.
Yeah.
I
would say for Neil Adams. He in San Diego, he was charging. Gosh, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was over 100.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he was charging $50 last time I looked into it.
Yeah, but this is San Diego too, so you got to think.
Yeah,
but I was told if you bring him donuts, he'll cut that in half.
Hey, $50 for Neil Adams is about the max for me. That's understandable. Yeah. Over 100 for Frank Miller is insane.
That's ridiculous.
And I think it's $30 for John Romita. That is a steal of a deal.
Totally agree.
I'll bring Neil Adams some donuts and a whole new wardrobe of blue shirts because that dude got the same blue shirt at every con that he go to.
I'll bring Biggie Shack through the line. Hey, here's that guy you heard of, Biggie Shack. This is him. Can I get a free signature? They throw us out probably.
One artist I want to meet.
Yeah, that Neil Adams signature between her legs.
Now, did you ask for that placement, or did he
I
smile?
actually wanted it on the newspaper.
Oh, wow, that would've been dope.
That's where I actually wanted it, but he already signed it before I got a chance to tell him.
Nice.
Well,
One artist I want to meet just so I could ask him a question is Jim Steranko. And I want to ask him about the X-Men logo.
dude, if you think Chris Claremont talks,
I know Steranko's the talker. I just want to talk about that X-Men logo.
I haven't met him yet, but I've heard the stories. I really want to, but he doesn't really go around to conventions around my area. I would have to go to like
he mostly goes in the Northeast. That's where he sticks most.
yeah.
He's been in Charlotte a few times. You know that.
Yeah, the Heroes Con.
Yeah. That's the one I go to every year. I love that show.
Okay, here's my problem. I'm torn. All you guys are MegaCon. But it seems to me like the closer option and the better option as far as, comic talent would be Heroes Con in Charlotte.
Of Heroes.
So I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I can't do both, but I might be able to do one or the other next year.
I know.
I've already paid for Dragon Con because they canceled it, and I moved my ticket to next year. So I've already paid for Dragon Con. I know I'm going to go to Huntsville as soon as they let tickets be open because it's local. And I'm thinking about doing a third, but I don't know if I want to do Heroes or MegaCon.
Well, the choice is yours on that. I know from what I heard, because the Quest for Legends also likes to go to Heroes Con more than MegaCon because they have better creators. When it comes to the writers and artists and stuff, he prefers Hero Con.
Yeah, they have a huge group that comes every year.
Yeah. And Neil Adams is there almost every year.
Yeah. Sometimes he's happy and sometimes he's just got a big puss on his face.
He was at MegaCon too.
Yeah, he be in Florida all the time.
I got a free signature from him at my LCS.
Dang.
One item was free. I got a book signed for X-Men. God, I got an X-Men 64, something like that signed, and I sent it to Bueller because he liked he was collecting this X-Men, and he said he liked I liked your boy, so I said I'll go get it signed. I don't really care for him. He's not my favorite. He's a good drawer.
Every time I walk by his giant size booth, I just feel like
everything's expensive. That's why.
I feel like my wallet's being threatened.
You see all the prints out, and one will be like $20, but if it's signed by me, it's $100. I'm like,
the prints be like $30, and to get 2 prints is $80. I'm like, what the fuck kind of sense that? Most of the time it's $20 a print. This guy charging $30 and then 2 for $80. Like, wait a minute, now I can get 2 for $40 if I go elsewhere.
He went up.
I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, I hate signatures on my personal books. If I get a signature, it's because I'm planning on selling it at some point. So that would be the reason why I would get a signature, but I don't like them on my PC books.
I like them on mine because for me, it's more the experience meeting them and talking to them.
That's what I see. I look at the signature as a proof that I actually met this creator and he signed my book, and the picture with him. It's just my personal experiences with him. That Spider-Man Maximum Clonage book, I got it signed by John Romita the senior. It's one story that I probably told many times. I still can't find the photo that I have with him, but I felt like the experience for me was well worth it. You know, just because, yeah, the book was crappy and it wasn't done by him, but he was saying, I didn't do this book, but if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it. And, you know, that experience alone was so much fun, you know, and so, you know, I remember that incident well, and I just look at that book as an important book in my collection, even if the book is trash.
Man, I don't need the book for the memory, but that's just how my mind works. But I will tell you, the best experience I've ever had is getting Fabian Nicieza to sign something and just hear him, you know, talk with him and do some, you know, verbal sparring. He is awesome guy, and his prices are cheap, and he did some great stories. And he's considered the co-creator of Deadpool, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met him a few times as well. It's always fun. He's having a great time at conventions.
Yeah, you could tell the ones that have a great time at conventions than the ones that just there just to be there.
Yeah.
You know.
The best I've met at a show was Daryl Banks. Oh, he was having a blast. He's so chatty and so much fun. Great to meet him.
Yeah.
I got this book signed by Michael Rooker. Man, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that signature. Jesus Christ. He signed right over Boatwright's name is right here. I'm going to have to get him to re-sign it because he signed over everything. But he was
Oh, that's
funny,
how
man.
celebrities are.
He was awesome, man. He got up. Everyone was yelling Yondu, and he goes, we need a Yondu movie. And he was going, Yondu movie. And he was up. He had the whole crowd going, man. He was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah. I almost got to meet him at Dragon Con one year, but my buddy who I was with, he and his wife joined me, but so did their 1-year-old, and he was not having it that day. So we all rode together, so we had to leave before we could meet Michael Ruger.
Man, yeah, he was pretty cool dude.
Yeah, I would ask him about mall rats.
Yeah. Man, 90 said he was in the wrong chat with that comment, but I was like, Chaka Khan, Al Green, and BB King?
Well,
There you go.
You still in the right chat with them three.
Yeah.
Them were three
Oh,
champs
BB.
right there. Shaka Khan did do the worst rendition of the national anthem. I think she made Fergie sound good.
Oh, I'm sure it's better than Roseanne.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know, slightly. If you hear it, you will go, what was she thinking? She's like a great singer. I don't know what she was doing, man.
She was having an off night, man.
Man, it was just the way she did it. You know, it wasn't her voice. It had nothing to do with that. It was just the style she did it. She expressed every note like when oh, it was crazy, dude. If you're bored, you want to see something funny, go watch that. They show the NBA players, they're looking at each other going, what in the hell? It took like 10 minutes.
Rosie O'Donnell's.
Yeah, those were them two.
Rosie was great.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Gosh.
Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne
Yeah.
Barr.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr. She screamed it. It was terrible.
Yeah. And then the old crotch grab and spit afterwards. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, yeah. You can't fix dumb.
No.
Not with her anyway.
Hey, it may have been one of the most brilliant things she ever did. We're talking about it over 20 years later.
Yep, she made an everlasting move with that. It's crazy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping 2021 gives us the cons back, you know, and this COVID goes away because we got to go back. We got to rebuild up MegaCon again after what happened this year.
Yeah, we still got a chance to get Will because he's not decided yet. So he's still
Yeah,
gonna make
we got to
it.
sway him.
Last year he wasn't gonna make it, so maybe it was made to go this next year, so we get Will too.
Come on up to Charlotte. Come on to Heroes Con.
Hey man,
I'm-
hey, we're lobbying for your vote.
Hey.
We're lobbying for
We
Will.
need
Hey.
your presence.
If Will chooses Heroes Con, then we gotta sway Al and the Comic Hall to come down.
Oh man, we down, bro. I mean, it's just it's nothing but air opportunity and time,
Man, that
my
my brother's
friend.
been
So
saying that all freaking last month. You have to say that. Ain't nothing but space and opportunity every day. I'm like, shut
Great
up.
minds
What
think
are you
alike.
doing?
Well, hey, man, I don't think you got to worry. With 2021, we're going to get the cons back because even if nothing much changes, everyone will have cabin fever and have to get out in 2021 come February, March, April, somewhere in there. Things will get back to normal, whether anything's actually changed or not, because we just can't keep doing this.
Nah, I hate masks too much. I hate
I've
it.
already got San Diego and Heroes Con paid for, so come on, help me out.
Yeah. But I can tell y'all right now, I am leaning more towards the Hero Con. So you got your work cut out for you if you want me down in Florida.
I
I'm
actually
gonna
do
have to
want to
get
go to
something.
MegaCon. It's my niece.
We're gonna have to get some kind of great Wolverine book that draws him in, Sean.
But I tell you one thing that I the guest list is really the deciding factor for me, and neither one really has one right now.
No, too early. But we'll see the closer we get to it.
I heard Hugh Jackman's gonna be at ours. I'm just kidding.
I don't care.
He hates him. He's not doing anything. They've kicked him out of Hollywood already.
I will say I remember Kate Beckinsale going to MegaCon. The next thing you know, she had a stalker. So you might not want to go for that.
Hey, don't try and make kind of bad light now.
Mhm.
Yeah, come on, Daryl. Come on, man. We're trying to get you to go pick Will up on your way to MegaCon.
Well, there you go. Jump up in the plane from Charlotte down to Orlando.
Oh, I ain't flying. You ain't doing that to me. I ain't gonna die in a horrible death in a plane crash. I'm driving.
The only scary part about a plane is that
I don't care if it's Key West. I'm driving.
I'm not driving all the way from Virginia down there. That's for sure.
I've already let it be known if I go visit John's Comics with kids, I'm gonna need about 2 weeks head start because I'll be driving.
Wow.
The longest drive we ever had was from New York to Florida.
Oh, good
And-
Lord. Oh, my
Yeah, when I was young, we used to do those road trips, and when we would go to Disney, it was a straight drive. You know, we take stops here or there and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I haven't had a trip like that in a long time.
I remember driving from here up to Rochester. Oh my gosh, that was a long drive.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you need to have some support with you. 'Cause
mhm.
driving by yourself, all you got is the music and the road. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, I love driving. Just it's very therapeutic. It's very fun. I love it. But if I'm doing more than an hour and a half, I gotta have a co-pilot, man, because it's just not as fun, and there's always the danger of you getting that road hypnosis or something if you go on that long a drive. So whenever I'm on a road trip, I have someone coming with me.
Have to give Big Will the B.A. Baracus treatment.
Yeah.
And like BA,
Here, have
I
that.
will come at you all once I wake up from my coma.
We'll say you were in a van, dude. You were in their van, that black van they had.
Hey,
The battle van.
No.
that's enough. Does anybody get any outside of me and Will? Anybody get any new books?
I didn't get any. None of my stuff was in this week that I collect. No, I don't think it was no Venom or no Immortal Hulk this week.
No books for you, Al? Or you saving that for the home?
I got one book, and that was Death Metal 3. I might go to one of the shops up the street. Most everything that I'm looking for comes out next week. Did y'all know that Marvel is doing a mini series of Ultraman?
Yeah. Alex Ross
What?
is doing the covers.
Nice.
Al, you know better. You should have told me that way sooner than that, man.
I'm sorry, I apologize, but yeah, Marvel. Alex Ross is doing the covers, the A covers. I think it's like a 5-issue miniseries. It actually comes out next week, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm gonna get that for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Al, look at this cool shirt that I ordered and found online, and I got.
Oh,
Oh,
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. It's a hoodie.
love that as a kid.
Damn, that was my favorite, man.
And Chim Chim's always in the trunk.
Tim snored away every time. They could not figure it out.
Man, you know damn well you ain't gonna wear no hoodie in Florida, man. You just gonna hang that up for display.
No, hold on. Listen, Sean, I thought about it too. When the movies all come back, they put the air conditioner on like 30, so I'll be wearing this to watch movies, man. Everyone will see me in that. Why are you wearing that? It's so hot out? I said, I'm not gonna be outside. I'm gonna be inside watching movies.
yeah, 'cause it is frigid in those movie theaters, though.
Yeah, man, they turn it down, freezing cold.
I love
Hey,
it.
nothing was worse than when I had to go do jury duty and they had the fucking AC on in the courtroom. It was freezing. I was like, yo, I want to get out in that hot sun because it's too goddamn cold in this motherfucker.
Hey, Sean, did that influence your decision? Oh, 8 guilties. I'm guilty. He's guilty. I don't care.
Of course he did.
I ain't listen to nothing. He's guilty.
That it was that one time where I ain't get called up to be the main jury. That second time was scary because I actually was part of the jury. So I was like, damn, we had to debate and all that stuff. I'm like, I ain't with this debate, man.
To me, that would seem like a fun thing to do. I would
does.
love to do that.
I could see Will going, guys, you're gonna have to do a little more convincing, man.
Yeah, but it's just coming down to that decision. You don't know what's right and wrong and all that stuff. That's where the issue comes in. Where everybody has to agree with it.
I mean, to me, you have someone's, maybe possibly life in their hands, and it's just, man, I don't want that decision on me.
That's why you hope for a theft or burglary trial.
Oh, in that case, they definitely did it.
Not murder.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders there, making that decision.
You can see Daryl on OJ's case. Oh, damn. Does the glove fit?
I mean, the way he could cut and run, I know he did it. I mean, no, that was football.
Man.
I've been on jury duty one time, and it was a boring case. Very
boring.
I've got out of it every time. Never went.
I actually wanted to be on the jury, but then when the case started, it's like, nah, I couldn't change my mind. Then it was too late. But it was boring.
I have never gotten a letter
Me
that
either.
said, "Hey, jury duty." Never.
I mean, that's why you want somebody like Johnny Cochran because he'll keep you awake the whole time.
I just hope I never get it again. After I had pulled it and they called me in to be part of the jury, I was like, I hope this is the last time. I'm like, don't send me no more. I fulfilled my duty. I was actually a jury on the board. We had to make a decision. Guilty. I'm hauling ass. Hauling ass, man. Don't call me again. I see that shit in the mouth, hands up, man. Oh man.
Oh gosh, that's too funny.
Are any of you guys the type to send something in to one of these private signings that the CGC's got going on?
I haven't yet.
I've never thought of it.
I sent some when they had it in San Diego, but I don't like the most recent ones this year. I've not sent any in for those.
So I've got a list here of the ones that are far out enough that I'm not looking for a book to send, but I wrote them down so that if I happen to get a book in that would work to get sent, then I'll do it. They got Mark Brooks is you got to send it in by November 2nd. J. Scott Campbell is you got to send it in by October 1st. Jeff Johns, Jason Fabuk, and Brad Anderson are all by December 15th. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people that what's that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's the pro.
Well, I figured that by the title, but what?
Okay, let me read you the back. She cusses, she smokes, she breastfeeds, she blows, played the competition. She's the most unlikely person on earth with superpowers. She's the pro. It's kind of like a takeoff of the Justice League with a lady of the evening. Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. That's one of the books I had for one of those private signings.
Well, now that we have all that information, what's the pro?
She wasn't a football player.
Let's see.
I would say this: if you read the book, Superman-esque person shot down a plane when she was pleasing him.
Whoa.
Very interesting.
Because he was evil, or because she was doing a very good job?
Very good job.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's absolutely hilarious. And I was like, yeah, that's them signing.
Reminds me of that sounds like Bomb Queen.
That's what I thought when I first saw the cover. I was like, that Bomb Queen or something?
Any of you guys read Bomb Queen?
I read that.
I've read one issue.
But I've read the entire series he's put out. I'm debating on picking up the new mini series that's about to come out. But yeah, I've read it all. It's crazy. It's insane. It's
That one, the one
sadistic,
issue I read
but
was
it's
ridiculous.
funny.
Yeah, I've read that one issue. I was like, man, I might need to pick some more up, man, if I ever find them.
I did pick this book up, Sean. I forgot I ordered this. I got this.
Oh man, you got that book?
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
You knew I was going to get that, Sean. You know I like the. This is my favorite. The Gunslinger's my favorite.
Take it away, Al.
How much you got that for, Steve?
Cover price.
Stop lying.
No, I ordered it. I pre-ordered it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I ordered it. I forgot I ordered it. So I was like, damn, it came in. It was a book in the front. I was like, what the hell? Some little company, comic book company somewhere. It was just cover price plus shipping, whatever shipping was, a couple bucks.
That variant's pretty hot now.
Yeah, but I don't think it's all that much, is it? I didn't look it up.
It shouldn't be.
I just like the Gunslinger. You know that, Sean. I have one.
Yeah, you gifted me the first appearance.
Yeah, the 174. Yeah.
Well, one of our LCSs, that book that you have, Steve, is about $25.99. So
What? You can get it on eBay, I think, for like $8 right now or something. The most. Damn.
There it is, man.
That's what it's going for now? Damn. That ended too.
That's 4 copies of it.
Yeah, 4 copies.
That would be 3. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, $15. Damn, it did go up some. I ain't looked in the last week.
Here.
That was the big debate.
Yeah, see, if you could just find one with free shipping, that'd be great. Ain't bad. $10. Man, that's McDonald's.
So, Steve, will you now be trying to sell it or do?
No, I like this cover. I only bought it because I like the cover. I won't read it or nothing.
Stay in there.
But it would be a book that, like you said, Will, that I would like to get signed. You know what I mean? McFarlane was around and I signed it. I think it would really help this book, you know?
But do you just want to get it signed because you want to get it signed, or would you want to get it signed and slabbed with that gold?
I'd get it if I got it signed. I'd get it slabbed with the gold.
So you're gonna have to wait for another
Yeah,
private signing then for him, or do CBCS.
I know his signing was crazy, wasn't it? Will
Crazy how the price was
like
very
no,
reasonable.
like a lot of people sent in.
Oh yeah, he was the first one that they did to kick off all this private signing stuff. So it was, yeah, it backed up all their orders.
Yeah,
It was, yeah, there was a lot of people for him. I don't think it will. I'll have that problem though if I send anything in for Marks, Brooks, Campbell, or these other guys. But
I do love some Mark Brooks artwork. Also, a really good guy to me too.
I want to meet Mark Brooks. I think I had a chance, but I didn't get a chance to meet him when he was at MegaCon.
Mm-hmm. Greg Horn, also a really good dude to meet.
He another one that I missed. He another one I missed.
he was
'Cause I
going to be
think-
at MegaCon.
I think when I went to MegaCon last year, I only went for one day instead of my usual 3 or 4 days. So I only had a limited amount of time to meet people, you know, from within the community and stuff. So I stayed on one side of the building. That was Artist Alley and where all the creators was. And I remember being so mad when I, like the next day when I looked at some MegaCon pics on Instagram and freaking Bruce Leroy was there, man. Matt was there.
yeah, man.
He was on the other side of the building, and I was like, what the fuck? I miss fucking Bruce Leroy. I was so disappointed.
You don't remember him catching the bullet with his teeth?
I love that movie so much.
Son, he
I
is a champ.
And then he said he was going to be at MegaCon this year. I even talked to him about it, and he said, yeah, he's going to be at MegaCon. And then, you know, COVID happened. So it's like, damn, that's 2 years in a row, man.
And can
Oh,
you imagine
man.
him having the other guy
Show enough.
show enough with him?
Yeah.
Them two, right?
But he-
I would have got.
If he was still alive,
yeah,
Yeah.
he's gone, man. That sucks.
he's gone. Little Richard is gone, the younger brother.
Yeah, the younger
And
brother.
Vanity.
Yeah, he loved Vanity. And he was so mad that your boy.
I love that
Man.
movie, man.
That was. I loved it. I watch it all the time.
Great movie. Great.
Yeah,
movie.
but you know, I only had a list of people I wanted to meet, so I only cut the building in half. I stayed on one side of the building, and I missed out on a lot, you know. But it is what it is.
I try to do a floor walk of whatever, unless it's a multi-site convention. I try and get a floor walk in before I make my final plan of attack.
Yeah, I didn't do that, unfortunately.
No, DMC was up at Charlotte one year, a couple years ago, from Run DMC.
Yeah, that's another person I really want to meet.
Yeah, he had a comic book coming at that time. It was awesome to me. Sit there and talk with him about old school 80s music. Oh, gosh, that was so much fun.
Oh yeah, I can imagine just getting in the chat with him and talking
Yeah.
about not just Run DMC, because Run DMC was my favorite group growing up as a kid. You know, I played the hell out of King of Rock and
Yep.
Walk This Way and stuff.
Yeah,
I even
man,
dressed
they
up.
collaborated with them. They're the first.
Yeah,
one that
with Al
started
Smith.
that, you know, because
So,
that's
you know-
everyone doing collaborations after that.
I would definitely love to meet DMC.
Yeah,
I
he
even
was,
saw a cool ass cosplayer do the costume and stuff.
that's awesome. He was talking about an album that he had coming out where he was collaborating with Sammy Hagar, Joan Jett, and then he said Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
And I was like, hold on. Is Flavor Flav really crazy or is that just a nut? He goes, no, man, that dude is straight crazy.
My boy wears a
I
clock on his
laughed.
neck, man. Everywhere he sleeps with it.
I was like, are you sure it's not just a nut? He's like, no, man.
Flavor Flav is crazy, man. Ooh, that time when he called Molly Stivers Gwen Stefani.
I would have laughed right there. That would have been hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
What you looking at, Al, man? You up to no good, man. You ordering something.
From Urban Legends.
Yeah. He's on the phone with Greg talking about, hey, man, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that.
He's got some stuff on hold for me, man. I ain't gonna lie, he has some stuff on hold. He actually has some rich books that I'm gonna get from him. So he's got a couple more X-Men too. It's crazy because what I had to do, he did a video on his page. No, he took pictures and I had to screenshot the pictures and blow them up because I'm like, man, I need that book. So yeah, that's why I want to get down to, man. He's got some good stuff, man.
Man, yeah, Sean
really
had a
good
good
prices.
time in there. Sean's like, if I'd have went there, man, we might not have never left.
Yeah, I was walked out with empty pockets.
Hey, Sean, he has made it bigger too. He expanded on the other side, so it's all kind of room now, man. He's got whole rooms with everything, you know, DC, Independence. He's got kids' books. He's got Marvel up front. All kinds of room now.
So how he expanded it? Because
You remember when you went in the front door right
Yeah.
there? He bought the place to the right. He owns
Oh,
all
really?
of that too. And it all connects.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
You don't even go in the old door. No, you go in that door to the right now. And his office is right in the very front.
Damn, I should have came down there today. That way,
Yeah,
when Cookie left, I was been y'all replacement.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we would have went to Urban Legends right from there.
Right from there, man. Cookie would have missed out.
Dang.
Cookie would have been hating that.
Because we've been doing videos and take pictures and all that. And Cookie's like, damn, I had to come with my wife.
We got Boat's gonna do a video and he took pictures and some stuff too. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's cool when you go out and you see some like, man, when I met these guys, I first seen them like I seen you guys, man. I go up to them like I've known them my whole life. I said, "What's up, Boat? Right?" He said, "I said, yeah." I said, "Steve," and he goes, "Oh yeah, man." He goes, "I didn't know no one would ever notice me off of YouTube. You know, they were all of them were like that. Perry the same way. I met Perry the same way. Him.
It's not you noticed off of YouTube. It's like if when me and you meet, Steve, I didn't notice you from YouTube. It's that we've talked to each other.
Yeah,
You know, from the bottom down as well as the top up. You know.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like I feel like I've been friends with Will a long time. I've only probably known.
But do I have legs or do I not?
Is Will really? Is that really Will? Shit, me and Al been trying to build a time machine so we can go back and make some better decisions.
Right.
I'm waiting on that.
Man,
What was it? I'll say he go back to time.
it beat the hell out of himself. And me too. I have him beat the hell out of me and him.
Like we'll actually we'll like, okay, Steve, this is my address. I'm leaving for school. Kill me in 20 minutes and I'll kill you in 20 minutes.
Gonna wipe each other out like that. As soon as y'all have it, y'all gonna start disappearing like Marty McFly.
Yeah, I'll go back to that decision where I go, should I get this Conan #1 or should I get this Spider-Man #1? I like Conan better. He's cooler. He's in the movies. Man, I could have had a Spider-Man 1. You can hit me over the head and say, get the Spider-Man 1, dummy. You do me like Sanford and Son. Hey, dummy, get the Spider-Man. I'm telling you.
I'll be like, you may not know me, but I'm from the future, and I was
from
by your older self to buy.
Yeah, when you see me going through the book and seeing the Mile High order, you know how you could back order everything that had everything. Yeah. I'd say, hey, go ahead and check my list for me, Al.
Bro, seeing the prices of some of those old Mile High ads, it's like, damn, man, I kind of wish I made it.
I use that like my guide and what I needed to get.
I'd be like, and while you're at it, order 3 of those giant size X-Men #1.
Those giant size X-Men. Make sure you get a whole bunch of those in the best condition.
Don't open them. Don't do anything. You'll thank me in a few years. So,
man,
hey, we'll be carrying bags and boards that go, what the hell is this?
Y'all come back. Y'all go back in time with Mylars and all that.
Mylars and bags and boards. Hey, what the hell?
And you know, when y'all buy comics off the newsstand, there ain't no bags of bullets. So y'all putting it in the bags of bullets right in front of the newsstand. You're like, what is that?
What's that, sir? Mind your business. Nothing to see here, sir. Nothing to see here.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't have to tell my past self to buy anything. Just don't sell what I have.
Yeah, don't sell anything. Yeah, just don't sell or make sure you get a copy of this and this. Why? I've had books in my hand and just I don't need that. It'd be like Fantastic Four or 5. I need that now, but I didn't think I needed it then. Right there in my hand, easy pickup. Who's Dr. Doom? He's nothing.
I call it pre-buyer's remorse. Like you already have remorse with even thinking about buying it. It's like, should I buy this? You know you should buy it, but you don't buy it, and then next thing you know, it's like, yeah, I should have bought it. So.
Yeah, I even just 3 years ago did that. If I would have been talking to you guys then and into it more, I'd have a Fantastic Four or 5 right now for $600. That was about a grade 2. But I said, man, this thing's in terrible condition. I don't want this garbage book. You can't get me like that. 20 long boxes in Fantastic Four, 5, and 11 and 10, and a whole bunch of them because they weren't in great shape.
So do you believe in the placeholder and upgrading style of collecting?
I do like it. If that's, if you got a book, like say I sent you a book, Will, I sent you, Wolverine 1 in a 9.2. You sell that to get you a 9.4. I'm all with that. You know what I mean? To get the book you want, or, hey man, I really didn't want that much as I really want this. I think that's how you should do it. Is do what you're doing. Buy books. You make a little money, put that to the book you want. These moderns, man. I should have just sold every last one of them as soon as they got hot and sold them all and got as much as I could get and get me a silver age before Fantastic Four does a good movie and screws me.
Yep.
They do a good movie. I'm done, man. I'm absolutely done.
I've got a couple silver FF over there and a few X books that I'm just sitting on because when it happens,
yeah,
it'll happen.
Yeah, like I got a couple 9.8 Omega Reds. I'm waiting to let the movie come and see if he does good. Then they'll shoot way up because they're 9.8s, and I won't have to worry about it. I already have them.
Yeah, I sadly already sold my number 4s.
I gave one to Lady Fantastic at 9.6, but I think it's a 9.8. I just think they couldn't give them all 9.8s.
But I sold them and made a profit. So I did good on them, but I wish I had saved it and sent it in. Got that 9.8 awesomeness.
I got 9.8 somewhere. I don't know where the hell they're at. I got a few books. I'm waiting to see what happens and then sell them maybe.
Yeah.
I know Sean's got all kinds of great Black Panthers, but he is not like me. He is not selling them. I want to get the one with Chadwick Boseman on the movie, the movie version where they got Chadwick on the cover. Look that book up, Sean.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
Damn, that book is through the roof, man. I had them saved in my favorites, and I kept looking back, and one was like $50. I looked back, and shit was $90. And this was like a $10 book like a month ago. You could get it $10 all day long or less.
What is it? Black Panther what?
It's the movie version with Black Panther on the cover. I don't know what number it is. I don't know if it's a number 1 or not.
You could put like Chadwick Boseman variant and it'll pull it up because I looked at it the other night and
ain't it around $90, Al?
It's actually higher than that now.
Higher than that now?
No.
Yeah, we'll see it when he sees the Chadwick Boseman variant. It'll come up because I really, man, he was one of my favorites, man. That was like, there's a lot of news I could take, but that was like terrible, man. Because I loved James Brown. I loved him in James Brown. Dude, he was just fantastic. The whole movie. Everything.
Talking about these, right?
Yes. Damn it, Sean. Sean, is there something in this hand that can get that book from your hand? Look at that, man.
Yeah, I made sure I scooped these. These are the only two I got, but these were two most important
Shit,
ones.
the only two you got are two more than I got.
They
These
have
are the
another
important
one.
ones.
Man. They got
Hey,
another one that's really
What's
nice.
up, Lady Fantastic?
What's up, Lady L? But they got one that's
Lady.
really nice. Oh yeah, that's signed by him. Yeah, they got one that I saw. It actually has him, Chadwick Boseman on the front, kind of like almost in a silhouette type.
Yeah, look at
pose.
those prices, man.
Yeah, man. And it's the ones with
Wow.
him, with his face, you know? And that ain't a lot. Look at that, man.
Hey. Signed by Stan Lee.
Yeah, it's got Stan Lee, yeah, and man.
Hey, I made sure I picked this up the moment I saw them. I was like, man, this is mine, and they still gonna be mine. You know, I'm not selling them one bit, man.
That's awesome.
So what you're saying, Sean, is there's nothing in this here that can get that much from that.
So you staying? There's a chance.
So you're saying there is a chance of 1 in a million.
Nah, they gonna stay in my collection, man.
Hey,
They gonna
Daryl,
stay.
that was
I'm
that
put
was,
them in the frame.
that movie. That was from when what's his name, Eddie Murphy, when he wanted to use the computer, and what's the comedian that had that crazy ass voice? He had that.
Oh,
he says,
yeah.
"Is there something in this hand that can make me forget what's in that hand?" He had all the parts.
The Beverly Hills Cop too.
Took the photo.
Yeah.
And he called his
Yeah,
wife
I
a bitch
remember
without
that.
dialing the phone.
Classic scene.
Yeah,
There,
classic
see,
scene.
You make me want to post that scene on Instagram for Movie Monday.
Yeah, Sean. So that's what I'm saying. Is there something in this
Gilbert
hand
Gottfried.
that can make you forget about?
In the movie, his name was Sidney Bernstein. I remember that.
Yes, absolutely. It was hilarious, man.
That
Man.
dude's funny as hell, man.
Great.
That's every time I see Bub's comics off, man, I'm like, yo, got that Gilbert Gottfried look, you know.
Yes, he does. He's got to be able to do that voice.
Man, I put these in order, like in the sold listings in order. 831, man sold it for $30.
Wow.
You go over here, 9/2, September 2nd, 45. It jumped up to 45. And then you keep a rolling over here. Let's see, the 3rd of September, 65.
Damn. I mean,
It
if
keeps
your
rolling.
stocks was doing that, you'd be happy as hell.
Yep.
Damn.
Do what?
I said, if you had stocks like that, Will, that
Oh,
were
yeah.
going, 20, 40, 60, you'd be like, hell yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't know if I would or not. That would mean that someone had to have murdered the CEO.
Uh-oh. Sell.
Yeah, man, this crazy. What's sad is I don't know if these movie variants that have like actual Chadwick face on them, I don't know if they're going to go down very much, but I do know the regular comic book stuff will probably go down.
Yeah. I think the ones with Chadwick, the actor, will stay where they're at with those. Yeah, like you said, I don't know about the ones because they got to do
No, the
movies.
regular-
They got-
the regular
they don't know if
covers
they're
of
going to
them-
replace them.
Yeah, the regular covers, you should get them cheap. It's
Who
the
was
movie
saying they
variant.
didn't know the number 2 was valuable? Who was it with us, Sean? It was going, I didn't even know that was valuable when we were showing our Black Panther books.
Oh, the Shuri issue?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
number
somebody.
one-
Yeah, first appearance of Shuri.
Yeah.
I think. Who was it that was showing
Who
it?
was it? They're like, I didn't know that was worth anything. God, I can't remember who it was. Was it Jeff? Because it wasn't Vampirella. So we know he's out.
Yeah, I'm right there with Lady Fantastic, man. I'm gonna die with my Panther.
I'm giving these to you, Sean, but the other ones, that's it. Once these go to you, the rest I'm keeping. I ain't getting rid of my Black Panther for nothing.
Did you guys watch Discovery Bay's last morning thing, or maybe the one before last one, where he opens up a package from somebody?
Was it from NYC?
No, not the NYC one. Just his regular morning show where he watching the
Okay.
box. Well, he opened this box, And dude, you know how he lets things stack up? So he's got something from,
Oh
2
yeah, he's
months
got
ago.
tons of books he don't open. There ain't no way I could do
Yeah.
that.
So apparently this dude sent it a few weeks ago. And what was in there was a Shuri #2, the variant cover. So he probably threw it in there just because it was a cool looking cover. And now it's like over $30 book.
Yeah,
Because
man.
that's what happened in like 2 weeks' time. It went from nothing to $30. It'll probably raise a little more and then drop back down to nothing.
That's why, Will, I never give lotto tickets as a gift. Hell no. If I give away $1 million winning ticket, that was my only chance to win, and I gave it away. I might not never sleep again, man. Oh my God.
See, my theory is I'm going to go search out books and buy them as cheap as possible. Then I'm going to sell them to you at enough of a deal where you got room for
Exactly, where you get them for a good deal and you made money. That's a good way to do it. But not those flippers they want that maximum price.
Well, you just about have to charge as much as you can on eBay with all the dang.
Oh yeah,
fees.
because of the fees and all that, man. I didn't know they charged so much, man.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
I think I was listening to Burke doing his auction today. I think I don't know if it's true or not, but he said PayPal raised it from 3 to 4% now that they take. So that's almost 15% if you sell something on eBay that you got to just take right off the top in fees.
Last time I sold something between eBay and PayPal, it was just over 13. So yeah, probably it's 14, 15 now
Yeah.
a day.
I don't understand why so much. I mean, can they not make a profit on a more reasonable fee structure? Or how about charging everyone $1 or something like that for every listing? I would rather pay a set number that I know rather than having to deal with the percentages.
Shit, they want the most, man.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. They want the
Oh,
most.
Daryl, you're gonna sell that Amazing Spider-Man 1 and you think you're gonna get 8,500? No, I'm gonna get 1,500 of your money.
Well, I know a guy that New Avengers, the what was it, the Wizard black and white one, the 9.5.
Oh yeah, that one they graded weird.
Sold his for gosh, it was I think around three grand, I believe. And he was he's like, yeah. Then they go take about 400 out of that deal.
Yep, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Shit, boy, they got the car salesman beat all to hell.
Yeah.
They don't do shit.
I would say that
Let you do all the work and get your money.
On the positive side, in reality, you know what you're paying because you're like, I'm paying 10% here and I'm paying 4% there. You can
Plus,
figure out.
if I'm selling something on eBay, it's because I either just need it sold and I'm not worried about profit, or it's because I got such a spread I can take that hit. Because think about what you're paying for. Yeah, that's a heavy fee amount, but 175 million people are looking at your stuff.
Yeah, if you got something that's hard to sell, it's better to put it on there for sure. You want everybody to see it. But man, if you want to give your buddies a good deal, you sell them on Instagram. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay all that.
Yep.
Or YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. You like that better, Will, YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Much better. It's fun as well. And I'm also going to start doing some I don't like to call them mystery boxes, but I don't know what's in them, so you definitely don't. So it's definitely a mystery. But what
The definition
what
of
I had
mystery
done,
box.
what I had done is created this box. I call it the 40-40 box. It's 40 bucks shipped
G.
for 40 books.
What's up, G-Man?
So you're paying, doing the math on that, $1 a book. So you almost can't be unhappy with what I send you.
All right, no, I'm interested.
You can't be unhappy.
What I did is anything that's not worth it for me to bother with, or books that are just not worth it at all, I threw in there, and I made it so that you would only be paying $1 for each book, because I hate when I see value in something, but Steve hates that character, so he don't see any value in it. But yet, if I'm basing off mine, then I sent him, a book that I think is worth the amount he paid, but he might think it's less. So that going $1 a book, you just about can't.
Yeah, you can't, because it's you're already what $2-3 under cover.
Yeah,
Like, you
but
grab all that.
I've got a couple Silver Age thrown in there that I haven't done nothing with. Thank you, Robert. He bought the book I kept teasing him with. He bought it off air last time.
Yeah, he'll buy shit on principle. So
yeah,
you got a good deal. He won't let it go away.
Yeah, there's Silver Age in there. There's some Copper, some Bronze Age in there, because as well, most of it's modern, and most of it happens to be Spider-Man, just because that's what I had at the time. But yeah, I think people will be satisfied. They may not be happy, but they'll be satisfied. That's what I'm going for. Neutral or positive. As long as there's no negative, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
It's basically a Bueller box on steroids. Just some good books.
Yeah,
read.
with a lot more.
Yeah, it's for collectors and readers, not flippers and dealers.
That's why I feel like the Spider-Man booth boxes are for.
Sean, you got to work Monday?
No, I'm off. I'm off Sunday night, Monday
You got to
night.
bring your butt out this way tomorrow. And at Urban's, man, them books are there, son. A lot. I could bring you all these books. Just a thought.
So what was that about Spider-Man booth?
You got him thinking, Steve.
I got
I know, man. You got me thinking. I should have came today. But
See it in his face.
Hey Al, Sean went directly quiet.
I felt him thinking, Steve, when you said that. I was like, yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, Sean, I was like, hey, Sean, I was gonna say, Sean, man, I got the whole house to myself, man. Just pack a bag and just head on over. We'll go over first thing when it opens to hit it up, boy.
Oh man.
See, that's the kind of stuff.
Hey,
That's
we
kind
got
of
all the
stuff
TVs in the house, all the view. We can do anything.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm in freaking Macon, Georgia. It's like 3.5, 4 hours away from y'all, man. Y'all make me sick sometimes.
Well, that ain't that far away. Right down one day.
Yeah, well, you got me thinking too, man.
Damn, the Macon Mangler could get on the road tonight. You could be here.
But see, I got to work tomorrow, man. If I didn't have to work, man, that would be something I would heavily consider, though. But yeah, I got to work. So
I live a bit farther away than that. 4 hours is my turning point right there. Up to 4 hours, it's a day trip. After 4 hours, you start getting into maybe getting a room somewhere.
Yeah.
Or, I think for me, where are y'all at? Like around Orlando?
I'm in Orlando.
I'm in Tampa.
Yeah. And Tampa's like an hour and a half from here.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half. Yeah.
For me to get to either place, it'll probably be around 6 hours drive, maybe a little more.
Yep, because one of yours is a little more east, is all.
Yeah. Because there's no good way to diagonal cut. I basically have to come down 65, get on 10, and then whatever comes down the panhandle.
Yeah, you come down 75. If you go all the way over, you could go down 95 to Sean. Either way.
Yeah. And then we could hook up the next day and go down to Tampa,
Man, we got to get that mangler. We got that Macon Mangler thinking, man. He's ready to go.
He's about to start rubbing the beard on it.
Hey, right now Al's going, how many sick days do I have? Oh man,
because I'm telling you, man, that the urban legends, man, they have me intrigued, dude. I buy more comic books. This is crazy. I bought more comic books from Urban Legends via Instagram than I bought comic books from my local comic book store here in Macon. We have 3 comic book stores. So I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Yeah, Al. When I said Al's looking for, X-Men, was it 64 or something? He said, "Oh yeah, Al, I send books all out now."
I'm telling you, man,
He knew you by he knew shit. Yeah, he knew you for sure.
I buy books from him all the time, man. Like I'm constantly sending him DMs like, hey man, you got What If number 62? Like if you do, man, let me put that in a pile and I'll get it, man. I do. I want to. I'm put to you like this, man. Whenever I get down there, and hopefully some of the Comic Hall crew will be down there too. We all get together, we coagulate down there, man. I'm telling you, I'm like Javi. I'll sit in a comic book store in one space, Indian style, on the floor for about 4 or 5 hours, just digging in boxes. I'm telling you, we might just have to do Urban Comics for that one day and then go to another comic book store like the next day or something. Because I'm telling you, I like to dig, man. I'm not that type of person where I'm just skimming. I like to look. I'm telling you, man.
Well, while we were waiting on Cookie to make it down from West Palm, we went to Big Red's, and we had Boat and Little Boat. Boy, they saw those toys in there. Little Boat was, man, he went up and down them roads 15 times, man. There was so much stuff.
Yeah.
It's something about going into a store, and you go into that store and you can feel, because it's certain comic book stores I've been in, man. The time you walk in the door and you take that first look, it's like, yeah, I can see this being my comic book home. Mm-hmm. And just going to town, and there's some stores, it's like, nah, I ain't coming back in here no more, man. Man.
Hey, the store I'm never going to be part of is the one the guy tells me, let me look that up on eBay. I'm gone. That's it. That's it. If he says he doesn't know what he's got, and there ain't no deals to be had, or he has to take your time looking up books, no.
Is that store in Tampa?
Urban Legends is in Tampa.
It's in it's in Brandon actually, but Tampa
My
area.
niece lives down that way, so next time I come down there.
Yeah, if you come near Brandon, Daryl, we don't find time to meet up. You can believe it.
Daryl, I'm telling you, man, I live in Georgia.
You live close to get.
I live in the middle of Georgia, and I've never stepped foot in Urban Legends. I love that place and never actually seen it.
Sean loved it too. Sean was like, "Oh, I'd have came here, I'd have never left."
I'm telling you,
if that was the first stop, we would have been there all day, man. Because they had everything the way I liked it. A DC room, indie room, Marvel room, perfect. I ain't got to worry about books all over the place.
He has books for deals on the wall. You get, you buy 5 books, you get the 6th one he gives you free.
Gosh,
6
I'm
for
so jealous.
20, stuff like that. For decent books, but he's got a lot of dollar books and stuff like that, man.
And Daryl, let me tell you something. His prices are extremely reasonable.
Nice.
Extremely reasonable.
Yeah, like if you're building runs, it's a great place for you.
I've only
like to make runs and finish them and missing stuff. It's perfect.
Yeah, he gave me some good deals on books. Like I bought a couple of wall books, and then I bought one extra. He gave me the extra one that wasn't included with the other 3 for free. So
nice.
I got this book from him out. I don't know if you've seen it in his videos.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, see, it's qualified because they didn't witness this signature. But when you go look and see Zek's signature, he signs this book right there every time, and Shooter signs it here. So I was thinking if I could ever find Beatty somewhere, get it signed, and then I'll just send it to CBCS. And I believe it can be pressed, man, because it's got a little bit of a spine roll. It may go to a 9.6. I don't know.
Yeah.
Zach, the best signature in comics.
We got JoJo in the chat, and we giving her the hunting itch.
Yep.
Before we
JoJo,
went,
come to Tampa.
Before we went live, Jeff Comic 813 was on, and he was at the shop, with Steve, Boatwright, and Cookie all digging in them long boxes. I was like, yo, Jeff, stop showing your face and start digging in those boxes, showing what you're pulling out.
Hey, man, I'm not going to lie, Sean, he had a big pull list, man, and Jeff spent $52, man. That was a lot of money, boy. He was like, "Well, boy, I might have to put some stuff back for next week."
Hey, I don't know. You saw a Lady Fantastic question about ATL.
Oh man, yeah, there's some really good stores up there. One of my favorite stores in Atlanta is called the Book Nook. They have 2 locations up there.
The Book Nook.
Have you? Let me ask y'all a question. This is a serious question, man. Have you ever walked into a comic book store and just felt like you didn't want to leave?
That's
Yeah.
been a great urban legend.
Well, that's how this Book Nook is. I mean, they have wall books, man. They have like Golden Age books. Matt will tell you, because he introduced me to the place. I bought so many Silver Age X-Men books. The 2 times that I've been, they had a 50-cent area, which probably had about 15, 20 long boxes.
Wow.
And it was like the first time I went there, I skimmed. It's okay. Second time I went there, Matt and I were there for about 3 hours, and I know I spent at least an hour and a half just in the 50-cent and the dollar bin books.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's like I didn't want to go home. Like, man, can I just spend the night? There's a crystal down the street.
Hey, man. Hey, what was it, Sean? When we went to Sean's and those books were a quarter.
Yeah, Sci-Fi
Man.
City.
Hey, man, I said, man, I told that guy, man, you're gonna have to give me you're gonna have to give me at least a short box.
It's-
And all I did is go through the Key Collector app and find first appearances, whether I liked them or not. Right? I said, if one of these books does good, it'll pay for every book else I buy. I sold 4 books that became like $15 books. I got $60 for them, and that whole trip cost me like $30, right, Sean, for every one of them books somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, Sean and Jeff did all the sorting for me and told me how much about money I owed.
Yeah.
Now,
Bobby wanted
lady,
to go down a whole nother side. We'd have been there for 4, 5, 6 hours, man.
Lady Fantastic, I can send you a list via Instagram, but I know the Book Nook, they have 2 locations in Atlanta. There's another store called Dave's Comics. I can't remember where they are, but Matt and Larry on our channel, they go there religiously. I saw the guy. I don't know if y'all remember when I bought that X-Men 94, the Count Nefaria issue. I bought it from him. He was at a town south of here at a little convention, and I paid $150 for the book. And that book is immaculate. So with the exception of a couple of rusted staples, the book is in excellent condition. Dave's Comics, Infinite Realities, and there's a few more. I'll send you a list. But yeah, if you can make it the Book Nook, you probably wouldn't want to go nowhere else. Telling you,
Lady, you should spend less than a 2-hour drive and head to the Deep in Huntsville. You can do that just any day you want to. Just, you've got a little free afternoon. Just ride down, check it out. It's one of the largest in this whole state. My state, not I don't know about our state.
you're probably correct, because I mean, I think the biggest comic book store in Georgia would probably be, well, this is one place. They have a warehouse, but they have really funky hours. We've never gone because I think vampires actually run that place, because they got some really strange hours. It's like, dude, y'all is closed when everybody is open and vice versa and stuff. Like, what comic book store is closed on Saturdays? That's what I want to know.
Not any that wants to make money.
That was closed on Saturday.
That's when you get paid. Fridays. Most people want to go out Saturday and buy stuff.
Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday.
This one was
Yeah,
closed
Wednesday,
on Saturday.
National Comic Book Day.
I mean, think about it. How many people can't make it to New Comic Day because they work? They go to work. By the time they get off work, the shops is closes. So Saturday's the only option.
Well, the Deep's open 7 days a week.
Oh wow!
I like that.
Well, they're big.
Urban's almost open a full week now. Al, he's open, I think, Tuesday through Sunday now.
You know what would be nice, man? I don't know if this is something. I'm just throwing it out there, but you know what would be nice is if someone actually just, I mean, we do it on our channel to an extent, but if you really had the ability to travel is just travel to different states and just go to various comic book stores and
I love to do that.
do videos and stuff. I mean, that would be like an awesome reference tool for people that just want to know about different comic book stores and other places. The sad part of that is that I wouldn't do that for the comic book stores and make it.
There is a channel that used to do that,
Yeah.
and then dude's dad committed suicide, and he wound up divorcing his wife, and the channel's dead now. But as soon as I say it, you probably know who I'm talking about. Comic Trips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that husband and wife couple, but they would go around different states and road trips, visit different shops, and just show you what all they bought and the different stuff they find and people they talk to and everything.
You know what gets me, Will, is just owning a comic shop. The comics that will walk through the door for you is amazing.
I know.
Like when I'm just sitting there, people just bring in all this shit and they go, "Oh, that's about $20." And they go, "Can you give me 25?" And the first book out of the thing is something like this. First
I
thing,
know,
I'm like, damn.
Does it not piss you off when you're thinking, man, all I got to do is go into a few $100,000 of debt, get my own shop, and the books will come to me?
No, I'm just talking about this. Yeah, they will come to you, but you're going to. I just want to break even on the regular.
I know, dude. I was looking at this. I didn't have the money at the time, but I was looking at this guy who I worked with's comic collection because he was wanting to get rid of it all, and he had like Superman, I think 31 or something, the first appearance of his Heat Vision, and a whole bunch of other Golden Age and early 50s Silver Age and stuff books in there, and he wanted $500 for it, and I was like, man, it's a good price. I'm gonna have to think about it later, and then of course wasn't able to get it because I didn't have the money at the time. Come to find out, he goes to the Deep of all places and sells it all for $700. All I had to do was cough up $500, and I could have sold it to the Deep for $700. But if the Deep bought it for $700, that means
worth way more.
It's worth $1,400. Probably more, because I know I have a buddy that owns a shop, and I've known him since before he owned the shop for almost 20 years. And he had a guy that was a friend of mine go in with a bunch of books, like a Spectacular Spider-Man #1, ASM 361, and 300, all these Spider-Man books, like a big stack of them. And he offered him, I think it was, of course, keep in mind, this is like 2006. But he offered him like $25 for the entire stack. And those were some of the books that were in it. But, that's what a shop is going to offer you, because they have to worry about overhead
and time. They have to store them, yeah.
And time. But, man, if the fact that the books come to them.
They come to you. I've been there so many times. Look, I went with Greg from Urban Legends. I took a day off to go help him get a collection, right? Because he didn't know if he was going to have enough money to get the collection. So he hit a bunch of people up, his main buyers, and said, if you invest this, I'll give you this much back, right? So I go with him. Yeah, so I go with him, Will, and she's got the books on the table. She's got a bunch more in the garage. So we're starting to look through them. They're decent, and Greg's like, I don't know if this isn't worth what they're saying, or I don't know. But then she goes, well, look at the ones in the garage too before you do anything. I go out there. The first box I go in, Fantastic Four 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Greg's looking, and he won't even tell me what he's seen. He said, he closes that shit up. He says, don't talk. Just don't talk. He said, don't say a word to me. Don't tell me anything you've seen, because I've seen enough from right here. So he got it. I think it was, he didn't need the money, right? I think I had $2,000 with me. I was gonna give him, and some. He had a bunch of other people's money. Well, she took $4 for everything, man. He gave me all of his great deals. But there was Spider-Man 26, 18, and they weren't in great shape. All these books weren't in great shape, but like I said, he has to price them out. He has to go through them. He has to store them. He has to take the time. Man, he got them for a great deal, but that's just. They called him because he's a comic shop. I just want to have a fake comic shop listing. Oh, comic store. You call me. I'm really not a store. Do you have anything to sell me? You got a collection?
Yeah.
No. See you later.
Well, I've got, man, I wish I could heal up and
G-Man.
be able to get around and hunt, because there's a few. See you, man. Because there's a few places around that I know there's books there. I just have to get to them.
It's my when it comes to my shop, and they've been buying collections recently, and they've been, like I said, they make sure they go through those collections to make sure it's worth buying. And that's why when they got that collection of Bronze Age X-Men, from like 94 and up, that's why I was able to get issue 95. And like they had Secret Wars 8, they had another copy of New Mutants 98, which sold like quick. The moment they posted the video saying that we got New Mutants 98, the next day it was gone. Because people gonna come and chase down for it. And when I was at the shop today with Old Man Spider and them, what's the name? My shop owner was telling me that they getting ready to get another collection from the same person that gave them the Bronze Age X-Men, New Mutants and stuff. She got more comics.
Just think about it though, Sean. You see enough books to know that what you're buying, right? You're gonna be all right. You're gonna at least get your money back. And now you've got all this other stuff you haven't even looked through, man. What if you discover, like Will said, Action Superman number 31. You all this shit becomes like profit if there's anything in there, and you open up and get
I don't know if Will knows that
3 copies or something. You're like, damn.
The last collection they got a couple of months ago, like 2 months ago, they had Wolverine 1, 2, and 4 from the miniseries, and I was able to get that for an awesome deal. They had Wolverine 1 for 100. I got 2 and 4 with it, and then I got a couple of other books. He put it all together, gave me a deal for $110 for all those books.
Yeah,
and I was like,
what did he get it for? Right? If he's able to give you a great deal, he's got to make something. Like Will said, you could give your buddies a good deal, and you still make some money.
Yeah. That's how I try and buy. Like I recently have, I got the complete run of Batman Adventures, missing only 2 books. And if you know the series, you know what 2 books I'm missing. It was number 12 and number 28, the 2 Harley Quinn covers. But I paid $50 for all of them. I've got one right here in my pre-screen ready to go. It should be a 9.8. And if it doesn't come back a 9.8, that means it's a 9.6. It's like a $300 book.
Yeah, man. It's just
so the rest of these, I'm just selling like 1 through 20, minus the 12. I'm selling it at my auction, and I'm gonna start the price at. What did I say I was gonna start the price at? Start the price at $25, and that's an excellent price. There's the issue before 12, 11. Is a Man Bat cover, and it last sold for $200 in the 9.8, and this one's 9.8.
Wait,
so I'm going to be able to give some people good deals, and then I've got myself more than covered.
Hey, 90, I read the message, man. Buy all 3, and I'll send you the money. I already bought one, little does he know, before it even happened.
But yeah, I always try and buy to where this book gets me my money back, and then all the rest.
Exactly. And just think, if you didn't even get to look them, you get to search through them. You know what I mean? Well, you get to go, God, what do I got in here? You don't gotta. That has to have something for you to get even. You're already even. All this is just, gravy right here.
You might think you're being a little evil when you know that book's hot and the other guy don't, but it's on him to know.
Yeah, you want to sell your stuff? Look every one of them up. If you don't want to do that work, and you've done the work, whose fault is that? That is, if I did that and you got a book because of that, it'd be my fault.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
What's up, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I've got this guy that owns a shop. It's mainly a toy store. He doesn't really do much in comics, although he has a lot. And I got a deal with him. I just got to set up a time where I can go through like 17 different long boxes that he has of stuff. And I've already looked through a portion of them, all the short boxes that he had. I already looked through. And he had this run of Batman Adventures. And he also had almost the whole run of the second Batman Adventures series. And I don't think he had much, if any, missing from that one.
Yeah,
So
I need the second
I'm
one.
going to go back and make sure I look at that, because there's like 3 books in that series that I would have over, about $400 to $700 in value. If
I did
get-
remember number 16, that wedding issue.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
And he has no idea.
Hey,
And,
Will, have you ever thought about putting an ad like on like Craigslist or something, just so
when
someone could call you with the collection and you could possibly go look at it and go,
Yeah, when I'm healed enough that I could actually go when someone calls rather than have to set up a time and prepare myself. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm thinking about doing.
yeah, because sometimes you got to go or you lose the deal, because some people are like, now I want to get rid of this now, blah 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 blah, and if you can't come now, I'll call someone. That's what a lot of it comes down to.
You either have to know what they have already to an extent, or you got to have enough money that you can lose.
It's almost good because technology is so good. You can say, "Hey, FaceTime me," and just pull out some of the books, randomly, and you can say, "Okay,
all
you
you gotta
got
do is
some
go by
stuff."
amount. Yeah, you could just go by amount. Like if they have, a one long box of books, that's going to be between 200 and 300 bagged and boarded comics. So if you can buy that for under $100, if everything's $1 book, you're
still going to be good. It's just the time,
But I would recommend not buying it for that. If you're going to buy a long box sight unseen, and you just know it's full, you need to try and buy it for like a dime to 30 cents a book.
Yep.
Remember I was telling you, I think you were in here with us, Will, when I went to buy 2 Spider-Man books, and the guy said, you can have this whole long box if you don't, if you just pay me what I want for my 2 Silver Age Spider-Mans. That was, one of them was the yellow Gwen Stacy where she's in the chair. That was one of them. And he wanted I think it was 80 or $100, and they were in pretty good shape. They were decent. So I said,
he just wanted top of the market.
Yep, he wanted.
That's a good deal.
Just the money for that. So I bought those. So he gives me the long box. I don't even look at the long box. He said, just take long box. I'm done with comics, but I'm getting what I want for this, so I'll be happy. I take that box home. I looked through a little bit. I don't know. I had just got back into it. Little did I know, in there was all Marvel 2-in-1s. Every one of the hot ones was in there. The 141. This purple Spider-Man book was in there, and there was just a ton of them. And Ultimate Fallout 4 was in there. The books that were in there were worth more than the books I bought from him that he left in this box, and I didn't even know it. But I knew that those books are what I wanted, and they were worth it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
If someone structures a deal like that, you're getting a long box for free, and you're paying current value. All you gotta do is wait 3 years. You'll make a small profit on the books you bought, and then there's the long box. That's a good deal.
Yeah. So that's when I passed up that Fantastic Four 5, and I'm still want to I would just want to knife myself in the back for that. Fantastic Four 5. There was a whole bunch of other ones I'm not even counting. This is just the main one. It was in the 2 condition to me, but the way I was brought up, that's in terrible condition, man. I don't want that beat up ass book. It was Fantastic Four 5. I'll take a 0.05 right now and be very happy.
Yeah.
And I could have got it for $600 plus 20 long boxes, short long boxes. I don't know, just a mixture. I don't even know what was in that, Will. I had no clue.
Well, yeah. Another thing that happens to me a lot is a deal happens across my desk, so to speak, and I don't have the money to get it at the time. That's so infuriating. Like, there was this guy selling a Batman Adventures 12 for $450 raw. I got to look at it and look through it. It was a 9.8.
I'd have
Guaranteed.
no matter what.
I wasn't able to get it.
Will, you should just call any of us and say, hey, man, this is a great deal, man. You fork this out now. I promise you're going to get your money back in a couple dollars. You know, there's too many people here that would do that.
But
especially because you're a tough grader. On top of that, it might be a 9.9. Oh, my God.
But I was able to get a Batman Adventures 1 from him for less than $50, get it graded. It was a 9.8. I sent it in. It came back at 9.8, and I sold it for $500, which was the price at the time. But if I had it now, it's double. It's over 1,000 now.
This is where you need that time travel. You go back in time, and instead of telling yourself, you just put that extra $450 on the table before you.
Like I said, I don't need to go back and tell myself what to buy. Just don't sell it. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, but one good thing is I give a lot of books away, but I don't sell a lot, man. I'm terrible about selling. I'm like, I don't like to do all the work to set it up and do that. You know, I'll give a book away in a minute. Will wants this book. I don't really care as much. I'll send it. God dang, selling it to someone I might not like, and they get my book, and I can't have that shit. Just don't sit with me.
Well, hey man, there was another deal that I wasn't able to do. I could still probably do it now if I wanted to, but I just don't know how good a deal it is. I think it's a good deal, but the price is at that tipping point. Dude had the Teen Titans first run, the Silver Age run. It's like it goes from 1 to what, like 50 or so. He's missing number 1, but has every other issue.
Damn.
2 through all of them. And he wants $200 for it. At the time, I didn't have money, and I decided to go with the Batman Adventures instead. Yeah, that run.
Yeah, some of these.
Yeah.
Some of these.
I don't know. Would you guys think that's a good deal?
Damn.
Yeah.
I just those. I mean,
the
I'm
whole
not
run,
even a DC guy, but those covers would just suck me in every time, man. They're just the way they did them. Then were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was $200 every issue except number 1.
And they're in decent condition.
Probably mid to upper mid.
Damn.
I know you got First Bumblebee in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's a 40 something.
44, somewhere in that ballpark.
44, 43. It's the one with the daughter of Joker on the cover.
Yeah, Joker daughter's in there.
You know what's the bad thing, Will, is I'm a gambler at heart. I will gamble my ass off, right? And to think that I had the money in my hand, I got to look at the books and me not knowing enough cost me that. Boy, I really want to go back in that time machine and smack myself and say, "Wake up, man! Get that book and just go for it." Because I usually go for it, man.
Yeah, I at least knew what I was looking at. I just didn't have 200 at the time.
Yeah, shit. I will wire you 200.
Yeah.
And had no problem and take my chance.
Well, that's okay. Hey, I am prepared. I got me a special Wolverine box right there. Wolverine short box. That's going to be my I gotta go buy stuff box right there. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Is when I'm going and hunting, I'm gonna bring that box.
I'll make mine the Deadpool, and we'll see all what we get.
Yeah,
I'll make this,
and that'll be the thing I take to fill it up with crap when I go and look.
So we coming with custom boxes now.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, when I come to that sale next time, I'm gonna have 2 of those. Emerald City, shit. I'll fill all of those up.
Oh yeah.
I still got some of them books, man.
I'm gonna make sure when that week of Thanksgiving, I'm gonna see if Sci-Fi City doing that 25-cent sale again, man. We're gonna be there all day.
And tell them to let us in early, Sean. We'll go there early.
Cause we were the only ones in there looking for comics. Everybody else that was in there was playing board games and shit. We were the only goose in the aisle digging for books, man.
Goose my ass. I wish I could have got every book before anyone got in there. Hey, this book got on the hot list for a little bit. This was one of the books, Daryl. that
Nice.
I've got. Look how many copies I got of this book. All
Hey.
of those.
But
I
Five
got
cents.
19 copies of that book.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
All because, and they were a quarter each. I can't
Oh.
pass that deal up.
Yeah.
It'd kill me to pass that deal up. But I passed up that damn Fantastic Four 5 with no problem. No problem. Nope, you're not getting it. God, I'm so mad, man. I might not sleep tonight, man. I'm still mad about that.
The Deep has these, the short boxes and long boxes on the tables, but underneath the tables on the floor, they have these short boxes that are, the books are priced on their bags. They go $1.75, 50 cents, 1/4, and a dime.
Hey,
And I've often thought about looking through there and just buying everything that's a dime or quarter, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
'Cause all you need is one book to be worth like $20, and you pay.
That's exactly the theory I said. Will, all I need is one of these books to be hit the hot list or something, and it'll pay for everything. I only paid $30. I'm telling you. I think I bought a short box. Sean was all going through there, and we were going through there. Man, Javi was going through it, son.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did not play.
Nice.
Hey, you went to the other side and found me those real Ghostbuster books, man.
Yeah, I found some real ghosts. I went in a box you probably wasn't supposed to be in, and I came back. I said, Sean, I found some ghosts. Where did I? Sean was in them books. He had all of them.
I snatched
That
them
guy
all.
didn't even know.
But yeah, that was fun, man.
Yeah, when they're a quarter, man. I mean, really?
Like I said, I had to buy a short box just to get out of there, man.
Been there before.
I
Yeah.
had to buy a short box, man. I like, hey, a plastic bag ain't gonna cut it. Give me a short
No,
box.
man, my
But-
books would have went everywhere, man. I had like, I had 100 and something books or something.
Well, if not for the internet and like YouTube and everything, we wouldn't have it as good as we have it now. Because there's places like where Reggie Collects lives in Discovery Bay. The dollar bin is the cheap bin. It's the cheapest bin that there is. There is no 50 cents or quarter bin. And
yeah.
so we can buy books super cheap, sell them for $1 or more, make the profit.
Yeah, I'm making. Look, I'm selling a book for $1, making a profit. Will
Yeah.
triple
Where I
my
am,
money. That's
there's
crazy,
there's
right?
nothing within about an hour and a half. No shops, nothing. We got one flea market and it's garbage every week.
Damn, man.
I got one shop 20 minutes away, and then everything else is 45 minutes or more.
See, but I think the guys in the country, you got a chance to score something big because you just never know. Someone will be wanting to find a comic shop, to sell books that their brother or uncle gave them and they ain't into them. There was an ad that I saw on Craigslist, and they said they were older couple. They said, we got some Spider-Man books that my husband's brother gave him. Well, she posted pictures. She posted Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I mean, I bet you their phone about turned red and melted with how many people called them because they didn't know what they had. And Dave from Ybor City, Sean, called and told them they should go get them graded, looked at and graded. We don't want to do all that kind of work. We just want to get rid of them. And I'm like, man.
Wow.
Hey, and they said they had a bunch more, but they hadn't posted them. Who knows what else they had?
Hey, last time when I went down there to Ybor with y'all, they had one side closed off, right? So they
Well,
had one side.
That's his is just that trailer straight back. That's all where he keeps his books, everything.
Because I know there was the other side that had comics, but it was tarped off.
Yeah, you talking about tarped off where he had those ones on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah. He hadn't gone when he hasn't gone through them or priced them or knows what's in them. Then it takes him a minute. He's got Glenn over there, I think, this week helping him. He got another collection. Just walked right in.
Yeah, as I'm going to have to take off, I got to prep for the podcast tonight. So, Sean, I always
right.
appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, Daryl's good seeing you again, brother.
Good to see you, man. See you, Big Will. Good to meet you.
Likewise, sir. Likewise.
Y'all have a good one.
You too, man. But yeah, I envy the shops and the fact they have stuff come to
He
them.
just walks to them. There, here
And-
you go. Here's what it happened today. Will, I was in there today when I saw you guys. A guy walked in with 30 or 40 books,
Yeah.
and I didn't get to see what all was in them. And he goes, there's probably, these are probably worth $15 the most. He goes, there's another, and his little pitch is, oh, well, there's a comic shop down here and here if you want to take them there and there. I think that's they don't want to do that. They're right there. So the guy's like, if you could give me 20, so he gave him $20, but I didn't see what was in the only book I saw was Spider-Man, the collector's black copy one with one of those. That's all I saw. But a guy 2 weeks before that brought a long box in, a guy and a girl. And he said, man, there's just modern stuff in here. This ain't really, I really don't even really want it. No, we don't really want to go. So he gave him $25.
Yeah.
Well, he goes to looking through it. He finds a first print of Stabity Bunny in there. First prints that there's only like 20 copies. There's not even one listed on eBay. He didn't even know it because he said, I didn't know that if it doesn't have this circle on the number that it's a rare version. And he looked it up and there wasn't even one on the census. The last one sold for $600 or something.
Good night.
You
Well,
just
I went in a shop and there's this dude come in and he's like, there was a line and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And I was digging through a long box and he's like, oh, you like comics? I'm like, yeah.
I'm digging in a loan box. Here's your answer.
But anyway, and he goes, well, hey, man, I'm trying to sell some. You can go outside and look at the wife. To which I said, okay.
Damn right. I say okay.
So I went out and of course, I asked what kind before, and he's like, oh, man, I got old stuff. But, of course, I knew in my head, okay, he probably
old
has
stuff is 90s and 80s.
Yeah. So I go around and the presentation of the wife was to go into the back, scoop them up because they were just thrown in the floorboard, and then proceed to just flip through the whole stack. There was about 15 books there, and they were all from like 92, crap Spider-Man books and something else. So I didn't even make an offer. I was like, no, thank you. And went back in. So that's what I'm worried about is if I ever get a phone call and someone says, hey, I've got a collection, if I were to post on Craigslist or something, and I go and it's just crap. So
it's going to happen too.
I'm going to have to really ask good questions like, what's the cover price on the book?
Yes.
How many books do you have?
What's the condition? Because they don't realize condition is everything in comic books. Man.
You really can't ask someone that question and expect a good answer because they don't know how to grade. So I would ask, does it have two staples and everything's connected?
Yeah.
That'd be about the best you could do to figure out condition.
Yeah, you're going to get some of those garbage, but all you need, Will, is one good score, baby. One good score. And it's got that Fantastic Four 5 that I passed.
Yeah.
Like a dummy. Oh.
And there's I'm thinking about getting a buddy of mine and we just going down Alabama, go to different shops, kind of like one of them comic crawl things, and just see what we can find.
Or go out and put up flyers up here and there. Bam, bam. Give me a call if you got some comics. I'm interested in buying comics. And blah, blah, blah. You never know what call you'll get, man. You just never know. Some people don't want to go to a comic store. Hey, man, this is easy. I'll just call this dude. He'll come here. He'll come to me. That'd be your selling point. I'll come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your ass better be in a good space, though. You ain't going to take me in some crazy place in the dark in the woods.
One of these days, I'm just going to do a video spotlighting my shop, taking a tour through it, because I never really did. I took pictures of it and posted on Instagram, but I never really did a video on there, And Saturday would probably be the best day to do it because there's not too many people that come in as much. So I'll just do a little tour of my shop, I mean, Steve, you've seen the shop. You've seen how great it looks inside.
Nice, yeah.
But I'll probably do that and see if I can do some of the other shops that I go to.
I can't do that to my shop. My shop, I've known him for years. He's a great guy. He can get me, what I want, but it's a Magic shop. Magic the Gathering. That's the main thing at that shop. He doesn't have a wall. There's no wall books. There's, not a huge selection of, just regular new comic books on the shelf. It's mainly all focused on the Magic the Gathering stuff, which is fine. But like I said, he's the only one near me under a half hour, so I go to him. But I can get all my new comic book day stuff, which is no big deal. But as far as back issues or any stuff like that, or any kind of wall quality book, there's absolutely nothing at the store.
Man, I don't like. I remember a comic shop was like that, where it was just mainly new comics and probably trades, but they ain't had no back issues. And I know Jeff told me that they had back issues the last time he went, or the last time he saw it. So I might take a trip over there, because a comic shop is the one that has the bar in the back, And I know Aaron had run that shop, so I haven't been there in a while, so I might go back there and check it out. I know Coliseum of Comics, that's like the chain store in Florida that run through all of Florida. Everybody knows Coliseum.
To me, though, a perfect comic shop is one that has current books, a few back issues, but a nice wall.
Me too. It's got to have a nice wall to me.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I'm looking at. It
don't have to be major keys either. Well, just some keys or lower keys, just some, and books in good, decent condition, man. Mid-grade or higher, you're like, damn, those are some nice books. This looks better than that beat up 2.0 I got.
Yeah. But it just doesn't have anything there. But the Deep's got the Deep's so huge. They got, I don't know how many, probably a few hundred long boxes out on the main floor, another 50 or 60 off to the sides. Then there's everything on the floor, just double that. And their wall is like 4 comics high, and it's about probably 40 feet long of wall books.
I love wall books, good wall books, man. I'll go up that wall, down that wall.
That's what made me. That's what made me like Urban Legends. Just all the books on the wall and the deals that he had.
Yeah, he's got great deals with the ones that are on the wall too, man.
So you got me thinking about coming back down there.
Yeah, man. Hey, Sean, there ain't nobody here. You come here, we get us a good little lunch. Shoot over there and opens up. We'll be there right away. Bam. We'll go through that store like you want.
And Al can join them.
Al's like,
I
gotta be at work tomorrow. I'm gonna kill y'all.
Have a sick time like that.
Hey, Al, then me and Sean tell you, man, damn, Remo flew in from Oakland and was
You know what? If that was to happen, I would just drop. Y'all wouldn't hear nothing for months.
Yo, man, we ain't seen that in a while. I
stopped using Instagram, everything, man. Like, what the hell, that man? He ain't been on Instagram in like 5 months, man. Like,
you'll have a message that says, the Macon Mangler has blocked you permanently.
He's going through some things right now, y'all.
I thought he would disappear and come back as the Macon Wrangler to take revenge on all of us, man.
And now that might be a thought, but nah.
Hey, he might wear that mask when he goes back to that time machine with me.
Hey, whenever we hook up, I'll probably bring it down there with me.
Man.
Hey, we like I said, when Biggie Shaq was supposed to come, I was ready to bring out the championship belts, man. We all strapped up, man.
You got a way better belt than me. I ain't showing mine.
I don't care, man. You come with the belt,
beautiful
man.
Belt.
We come take a pic. We champions, man. Champions.
I got my belt from.
Hey, you see Biggie Shaq with that new AEW title?
No, but I can tell you this. I said I was going to get Al a belt, and Biggie texted me in Instagram and said, "Hey man, don't be trying to steal my thunder. I'm getting that for Al." He told me that. He got him one too. Didn't he get you one?
Yep.
Al?
Yep. It's in the
He
closet.
didn't mess around.
Can't be in the closet, Al. You got to have it right next to you so you can bust it out whenever Biggie comes on the show.
Well, you know, I gotta have, you know, the mask is it has to be protected, man. I just can't have it laying out all the time, man. You know, the Mickey Mangler is a sacred persona that everybody can't see my identity and my stuff, you know, man. But yeah.
He's like Hong Kong Fu. He comes out of a file cabinet with the man.
He's number one super guy.
Number one guy.
Hong Kong Phooey. Man, this has been a great show. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. But Big Will, thanks for jumping in. Always great for you to drop the CGC knowledge on us earlier, man. That was great.
Oh yeah, man. I watched that whole show. That was a good show.
Al, I'm trying to see that name. What the beginning of that name is.
Oh, Gigan the Great.
Gigan. I'm just gonna call you.
Gigan is a monster from Godzilla, man. I just came up with
Gigan.
Gigan the Great.
It was awesome having you, coming in there. Steve, always great. You're my tag partner on this.
Man,
we still gotta form a team and take on Biggie Shaq and Dr. Banger White Clanger on the hunt. Yo, I see every time they have the tag team championship, it's always Tony and Two Brothers Comics. Yo, man, we gotta team up, man.
Yeah, we damn sure do. We gotta team up. I gotta get my stuff. I need to organize since I got all this damn time.
I guess Big Remo must have heard the comment about him flying over from Oakland to here.
Hey, when I came in today, Sean, before my wife left, she left me this shirt, the little Yoda. I said, I think you really want to wear that yourself, don't you? You keep getting this a second Yoda shirt she got me. I think she likes that little dude.
Anyway, thanks to everybody in the chat that showed up. For anybody that catches on the rewind, thanks for the view. Hit the like, subscribe, and tomorrow will be Silver Age Sunday, and the Silver Age Sunday crew will be on Life with Two YouTubers tonight. She'll be hosting the Silver Age crew. We'll be on there tonight. Al, you got a show tonight, right? With the Comic Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You want to let them know the nugget you dropped yesterday for me?
Oh yeah. Since Sean's not going to be on, Sean has officially been. He's officially a member of the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion crew now. So he's going to be joining us more often on some of our shows and stuff. So we're looking forward to doing even more with Sean. So in addition to what he's doing with his own channel, he's going to be joining us too. So, it's all love, man. I got a lot of love for Sean. He's been supporting us, and that's why I'm here now, because I'm returning the favor. So, yes, sir.
Yes, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you for that offer. I couldn't resist it, and it's always fun being on with you and Matt and Xavier. When Matt goes on his match, I automatically know where he's going with it. So it's fun. So that's going to be on tonight. Comic Con Roundtable. Make sure you check that out. All of YouTubers going to have the Silver Age Sunday crew on Life with Two YouTubers. Silver Age Sunday tomorrow. And then next Friday, me and Vigilante are going to do a movie that people probably wouldn't even think we do. We're going to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I tell people it's a terrible movie, but I enjoy it. It's you take the Super Mario Brothers title out of it, it's a fun movie. So we're gonna have a blast talking about that movie.
Hey, they don't care, boy, on that.
Hey, Dennis Hopper as a mafioso Cooper, awesome. And then Friday night, me and Fresh Princess is getting together to talk Far Sector.
Oh.
Yeah, that ought to be good, man, because she really enjoys that.
Yeah, she picked up another copy too of issue number 1. So
You,
we're gonna talk about those topics. So
you,
definitely
you,
looking forward to it.
you care if I throw a plug out?
Go ahead.
Monday, this coming Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time on my channel, I'm doing my auction. And I am unlike the other guys. We go fast, we blow through it, and in 2 hours or less, everything will be gone through and sold. And I actually have a Far Sector 1 and a Far Sector 4 that I won't be selling, but they came in my 9.8 pre-screen that I did, so I'm prepared for later on those.
Damn, nice. Did they pass? Do you know what passed, Will, and what didn't?
Yeah, I've already got it all back.
So the Far Sectors passed their 9.8s?
Yeah, my variant of number 1 passed, the standard cover didn't, and then I only sent 1 copy of number 4, and it passed.
Awesome, damn. So you got the variant. That's
Yeah.
probably a pretty good one.
But anyway, and the number 4 was a variant. But yeah, Monday,
Fungus.
8 Eastern, got an auction going on.
All right. Make sure y'all check that out.
And there's a preview of it, what you're selling too, right, Will?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks. Yeah, I already have a preview video up, and the preview video, unlike other guys, shows every single book that will be up for auction in the exact
order.
same order that it'll be
That's
going.
awesome. So
Yeah.
if you find a book at the end, you know you don't have to be there early, or you better be there early. You know, no excuses. I didn't think you'd sell it that quick, Will. I wasn't ready. Hey, you need to watch the video. Go watch the video, people.
Yep. Make sure y'all check that video out and check out Big Will's auction. Fast. You ain't got to worry about it being an 8-hour auction stream. That's just saying, quick and easy. That's all for today. Later, everybody. Have a great weekend. Be